cutting-edge VR, Flynn.
It looks like it's something from the future, you know?
Flynn took a trip to future London, saw something she wasn't supposed to. Now people from there are trying to kill us.
Transcend humanity with Omen.
Hello everybody and welcome to Amazon University Esports Swiss Stage CSGO with myself, Zachariah, and my good friend RBY. How are you doing today, RBY?
I'm doing alright, you mate. It's it's a bit of slow day, but slow days are good days. And
It's going to be a quick one coming up as well because we've got a lot of CSGO to come. 2 best of ones, but Mama P versus Podbots being our first one in this Swiss stage. Of course,
yeah,
the end of the Swiss stage, not the start of it. I don't know what you're thinking about this game so far. I've done a little bit of research into the teams. I don't know, looking at this one, who you think might be going through. But just looking at the 2 teams on paper, anything that you can tell us about them, RBY?
well, I can say that I know the Podbots fairly well. Though I know they've made a few changes. Still have some of their main core, mainly Frosty and Ting, who I think he changed his name to Tong. I got kind of confused the last time I saw him, and I couldn't remember which name to refer to him as. But Mama P, I think I want to say are quite different. I don't remember a lot of these players besides the obvious ones, but yeah, I think they've kept the quality of that those names suggest from the previous seasons. So
They certainly have, because talking about this, the Swiss stage, I mean, I come into this one without even clarifying what the tournament competition is, a rookie mistake. Because in the Swiss stage, the top 8 will be going through to those coveted final stage. That's all best of ones up until we go into the finals next week. After that, and we will see our bracket coming up in front of our very eyes, as you can see.
Yes.
This isn't filled out. No one is here at all, but they'll be going through to that best of 1 in the first stage, this double elimination, then best of 3s all the way into that weighted grand final. A top 8 that's very, very heavy at the top as well. A lot of teams that are all fighting in and around that spot. There's 8 in the top 8, 13 teams as well at the moment that are trying to get in and out, left, right. Currently all very, very close to getting in there. Mama P and Podbots certainly in the top 8 at the moment. Whether they both will be going forward, I believe both of them got into the final stages as well last year. They were both super competitive, so this is a very nice way to start it off.
yeah, just below them, there's 3 teams that are in the top 8 that have 21, but there's another 3 teams that are just outside of the top 8, presumably out of round difference, that also have 21. Oh no, 4 even. So. And I think some of them are playing each other, but for now we're going to be looking at the two teams with 27 and 24 were within the top 5. Podbots are 24, and actually no, both 24. Sorry.
And I was just giving them a look before the game at some of the kind of top players. I know that you've watched Mama P and Podbots quite a lot. Of course, I've casted them a fair amount over the years. I've been on Newell now for donkey's years. I've been coming in here and having a good time. But one of the names that really stuck out to me on Mama P, someone that I've seen quite a lot and has been performing again well this season, is Cairo. He's had a superb season so far, averaging close to 25 kills every single game. Frosty as well on the Podbot side of things, doing a very similar kind of level of play coming through. So those are the 2 players I think to watch coming into this one. Both of them, I believe, riflers. I know that you'll probably know a little bit more than me, but I believe both of them play on the AK-47s and M4s.
Yeah,
so they should be very much fighting against one another. Those are the 2 to kind of watch out for. Will the aim power be good enough for one side compared to the other? That's what we've got to find out.
Yeah, but also between these teams, I know Podbots' organization a little bit more than Mama P's. I know they are significantly more drilled. Well, they are drilled in their tactics. I'm not quite so sure on Mama P's side, though obviously being a work team, the esports university. They're gonna be very practiced. They're probably also fairly drilled. So we're gonna be seeing probably more tactical than your average university Counter-Strike match.
That's something we saw a lot, was kind of that kind of, you start off very puggy at the start, especially during the kind of reign of WWE, and they've kind of almost disappeared a little bit coming into this season in Swiss. I mean, I was looking through some of the teams that are in and around the top 8. They're not there. We've got 2 Southampton sides, though, one of them playing now, of course, in the pod bots. We've then got, I believe they're called ELO Recovery Service, I think it is, that are also going to be like, you know, close to top 8. So we could see 2 Southampton teams going through if it does end up manifesting itself in that way. But yeah, very, very puggy we see some of the time. We see players opting for maps like Overpass, Inferno, another UK favourite. Teams love it. What we don't get to see also another map as well, I kind of almost brushed past it, Anubis. We get to see a fair amount. Just teams will ban like absolute mad and just go to a best of 1 on Anubis just for a little bit of fun. But they tend to go puggy. A lot of these teams tend to go, you know what, we don't really care about things. They'll throw the standard Molotovs on Overpass. We'll see that CT Molotov that goes deep on A. On Inferno, we'll still see those mollies down B. But most of the time, players are just going to be swinging, getting kills on each other. The Mama P side and the Podbot side, both of them have kind of that nice tactical blend where they played together for a while. Looking through the lineups, they've all played together with each other for at least a couple of seasons. So they do know each other inside and out. They've had time to work off of each other. I remember when I was playing back in the day for Hull, the Hull side, we used to play often just in Newell. We weren't playing at all outside of Newell. So these guys, I remember the Warwick Stretchy boys back then. They were always playing games outside the script. They were scrimming constantly. So both of these teams will likely be trying to pull in that kind of tactical style, whichever map we do end up going to. I know we've got the bans in just a little bit.
Yeah. Not quite yet, but yeah, okay, we're a bit delayed on that. That's all right. Hard decisions.
Yeah. Looking at both of these 2 teams, RBY, is there any map specifically? I know, again, Mama P and Podbots kind of move that style between puggy and tactical. Is there any map specifically that you're going to think we're going to ban out to, of course, in a best of 1?
Ones that are going to... ban out 2, sorry. I mean, Inferno's basically always a shout in these university games. Like, it's just the map everyone plays, so... And it does actually have both opportunities for the tactics and the, mostly start round protocols. And then it sort of evolves into the puggy sections. So it kind of works fairly nice for a matchup like this, though. Overpass is certainly a shout there. And, I don't know, maybe we'll see something like a Anubis or H, which would be interesting.
You kind of hope that around the top 8 they go to maps that they like to prefer. Sometimes, you know, UKCS, there will be some memes coming through. Players will just move to maps that they don't actually love, even though, of course, they've been in the pool for a while, but teams tend to avoid them. Anubis, another one of those is of course, Ancient as well, is one that doesn't really get the love it deserves at this level. So
yeah,
I do hope that we end up seeing one of those new maps, even though obviously they've been here for donkey's years now. We've seen Vertigo, Ancient. Anubis is obviously the newest one, but I still think that's been in the pool for a year and a half. But yeah. I mean, I don't know about you. I'd like to see an Ancient game, I think.
Yeah, no, Vertigo's the only one there where I'm like, fair enough for avoiding it because it's played so differently. It's a very different map, but Ancient and Anubis actually have their play styles, and they're relatively convertible from the other maps compared to Vertigo with all its crazy weird angles. Like, there's a few... Ancient has a lot of quirks. Anubis has a few very weird quirks. And it's just sprawling, basically.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think of kind of those maps, even though you've said that it's so different, Vertigo's probably my favourite of the 3 of those. It's just kind of got those... to cast at least, it's definitely got kind of those players that are the most interesting to me.
Yeah.
Being able to see players kind of working around that ramp control, especially at this level where teams may not know the smokes every single round and may not know the exact setup to play on the ramp. It generally gets a little bit more interesting in the way that they play around it. It's to me at least, that's probably my favorite type of map. But I know we are itching to get underway, but we're having a couple of issues with the players at the moment getting into the server, so I think we're just going to quickly throw to an ad break. We will be right back.
What is that?
It's cutting edge VR, Flynn.
It looks like it's something from the future, you know?
Flynn took a trip to future London. Saw something she wasn't supposed to. Now people from there are trying to kill us.
Transcend humanity with Omen.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Amazon University Esports with CSGO. We are back after a rather interesting chat with our producer in the break. I'll be White, welcome back. And yeah, I'm just wondering, how are you feeling about the rather protracted break that we have going on? We should have started about 10 minutes ago, and still the teams are waiting in the server. Can you tell me, how do you think this is going to be affecting kind of their mentality coming into this one?
I think it's is an ingenious plan by Mama P to weigh on the consciousness of podbots, or something of that kind, or maybe just maybe connection issues / people just didn't join the server. I'm gonna that's usually how it usually goes. So I'm gonna go with everyone is just slightly slow today in just their pace of movement, but I'm sure it'll ramp up the moment that the game actually gets into it, gets to the start.
Yeah, we see this a lot with University Esports, unfortunately, you got to say.
Yeah, 9:15 start time, but
yeah, but we can push that just a little bit, it's alright. We don't actually give up the real forfeit until about 7:45, so it's fine. But yeah, we've got these teams will be joining the server very, very shortly. So there isn't so much longer. You're going to be looking at our lovely faces. I did see someone in the chat say that the casters were hot, so thank you very much for that one.
Maybe I should look at Twitch chat.
It was me that typed it.
Oh,
but
never mind. Well, I'm glad you think so. I think
I should have told you in person. I really should have. But what I'll say, thinking about these players kind of coming into this one, waiting that little bit longer. Of course, it's Mama P that I don't want to call them out.
It's not.
They are
it's
the
not a
ones
call
that
out
are
thing,
taking just that little bit longer to join the server. When those players are taking so long, I do wonder, kind of, when you're coming into this one, the team that know just how long their teammate's going to be, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because they're down in the shop or in the toilet or whatever it might be, technical difficulties, they know they've got that. They know they can warm up. They know that they can play in a DM server. They know they can do retakes. They know exactly what they can do. But on the podbot side of things, they're sat there in the server just running around in circles. They're not training. They've kind of come into this one warm with 20 minutes of just sprinting round on Dust 2, just round in circles. You're going to lose a little bit of that kind of crisp aim, right?
No, that's why you shoot your teammates in the face. That's what you do.
I guess that's probably the solution.
You practice flicking
each other.
You practice flicking your teammates in the face. That's all you can do. I mean, I guess some of them might get like lazy and disconnected and just leave like one guy in there. I think if you're ballsy, you can't do that. But most people kind of don't want to risk it, and also kind of want to make sure that they can do the forfeit. Because I think you do need to be the team that's all the way in there to actually do that.
Couldn't tell you the rules off the top of my head. I believe it's 3 players in the server minimum.
Makes sense.
At that point, but honestly, I couldn't tell you. I do know that this is definitely kind of, even though we're talking about a small kind of protracted break here, it's not a massively long one, but still 15 minutes long. You've been running around in circles. You are eventually just going to lose just that little bit, that edge, I think. And so you might come into this one just a little bit slower. I mean, of course, I could be saying this. Mama P could all just be running around in circles as well at the same time, waiting for their teammate to join. They also don't know. Communication at university is all sorts of messed up. Nobody knows exactly what's going on, right?
It can be beautiful. I mean, even within just the local time, at least with university, most of the time, your teammates are within the same sound, so you can technically hunt them down, maybe, if you really needed to.
I mean, I guess that's not us advocating for that, by the way.
No, I never I meant as in hunt them, find them, and drag them to their computer, not not hunt them for sport.
Man, it's the most dangerous game I've heard.
Oh yes.
Talking of dangerous games, we're casting CSGO today. Okay.
I don't want to add anything more to that. That'd be probably a bad idea, but
no. And well, we've kind of got this room as well, just to kind of think about what's going on. I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors as well for kind of their help putting together this broadcast. Everyone that we've got behind the scenes. We've got Prime Video, Prime Stream, and Omen for making this possible. So a huge thanks to them. They've done a wonderful job as well, sponsoring us and making sure that we can come onto your screens and your lovely screens. And we can sit here for 25 minutes until the game begins.
Yes, all very apt sponsors so that you can get up Prime Video and watch something else while you wait for the match to start.
If only we had the same luxury, eh?
Or you can order something with free delivery with Prime Student.
That's a very good point. So,
such as a new teammate. No, they don't sell that. Or do they?
If only, eh? That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
And I think while we're here, we may as well talk as well about some of the rumours that have been going on online, because, we're here to cast CSGO. We've kind of almost ran out of content to talk about before the game. We've been here so long. So let's just talk about CS2, Counter-Strike 2, right? I don't know, are you an avid CS player, RBY? I know you cast CS a lot, but is CS a game that you play often?
Not as much anymore, but I've somehow gotten back up to MG1, and I don't know how that's happened. So, just by playing short games, I don't know how that's happened. But yeah, I would call myself a CS gamer, somewhat.
I'm a big CS gamer as well, and there's been some kind of rumbling, some rumours around the corner of a Counter-Strike 2. Yeah. I do not for a second believe it. I just don't. I know that there's been. It's one of those ones. There's been reports from people. There's no chance. I just don't believe it.
It's one of those ones where I will not believe it until I see it on my screen, download it into my PC.
That's exactly. I honestly, I do not doubt it'll come out on Steam. I think it's an April Fool's joke. It's come out too early. It's an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
There's no chance, because we've been waiting for Source 2 for so long. Every single time someone's like, oh, it's coming out in Source 2 now. They've updated it with Source 2. It never happens. It just doesn't. And then all of a sudden, Richard Lewis has some premonition that Counter-Strike 2 is coming. It's not happening. I refuse to believe it. I just don't.
Look, you gotta trust old Richie Lewis sometimes. Unless it's Hooksy, then you don't trust him.
I just don't. I don't trust any of it. And as soon as it's in front of me, that's when I'll care. But yeah, I've sort of gone off of playing CS:GO at the moment. It's kind of one of those games where I love casting it. I cannot get enough of watching it. You watch it enough. You watch players that are so much better than you so often. You're casting in not just Amazon University esports, where there's plenty going on screen, but you're also casting other tournaments as well, or other teams in other tournaments, and you just watch them play. And you think, there is no chance in my life that I'm ever going to get that good. I'm done. I guess I get a bit doomer about it. But anyway, enough about this. I'm hearing in my ear that I think we have map bans coming into this one. That's so right, everybody. They've banned maps. We're able to actually talk about something first. And I think before you were talking about a puggy to kind of a mid-puggy map. And there we go. We're going straight up towards Overpass. That's the sort that you would like. I mean, do you want to talk us through these bans, RBY?
All right, so regular Vertigo ban. Most UK university teams don't want to play Vertigo, which is fair enough. Inferno ban instant from RP, which is interesting, though. That might actually be their perma ban. I don't know. Anyways, Nuke gone from Podbots and Ancient gone from RP. Those are all fairly contentious maps. And then Anubis actually surviving quite into there. And then choosing between Puggy or Tactical, or relatively Tactical, Tactical, RP, ban Mirage, and go into Overpass. So,
yeah, I mean, a good kind of slate of maps there, a best of one, so you're always going to see the most UK map come out at the end, and it's always going to be Overpass, it seems.
Yeah.
It's just one that's allergic to being banned in the BO1 series. Of course, as we jump into best of threes, not next week coming, I don't believe, or maybe it is next week coming. Either way, as soon as we jump into best of threes, that's when we'll kind of start seeing some of these slightly weirder maps come through. Of course, you can see here, if we had a best of 3, we would have had Ancient, Anubis, Mirage, and Nuke all there. Of course, obviously, Mirage a little bit less kind of strange, but Ancient, Anubis, and Nuke, one of those maps would have been picked at that point. So that's kind of where you get more of you have to have more of an adaptable pool, I should say. It's not just you get more of an adaptable pool. The teams have to, otherwise they're just going to drop a map every single time before they can play as Inferno and Overpass. Although in the best of ones, that's very much something that can be on the cards.
Yeah, unless you get very unlucky with the one team that bans both of those.
I don't think there's any UK team that does that. Let's not kid ourselves for a second. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, that is true. No one would dare do that.
No, but I think that as well. Overpass is such a standard map. Of course, knife round going to be quite important leading into this as well. Teams will eventually be going into knife round again. With the rate we've been going at, probably another half an hour, 45 minutes before the the knife round begins. So you've got plenty of time to grab your popcorn. We're going to be here for just yonks, probably. But I will say that the knife round less important on this map than some of the others. There are some maps where it's super CT sided. Nuke, for example, generally should be super CT sided. Should be about a 10-5 kind of scoreline. Overpass, we're probably expecting 8-7, 9-6. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. It's about that, though. You can get some absolute godlike CT sides. And occasionally, some people just have their own godlike T sides. Just usually abusing one site like B or just the B or A defenders are usually B defenders are a little weaker, or they just abuse the rotates.
And I think it's quite easy as well as kind of a team to kind of go on those roles in this. We're not at the level where we're university esports, right? Yeah. There's not ever going to be sports psychologists sitting on the wings. Sometimes you're going to coach every now and then. So the teams can kind of lose that mentality as you go forward. You kind of almost shrink back into yourself. You're not feeling yourself. You're not getting those kills. Just the 1 versus 1s. You're not quite getting them. You're getting put down. And then your gameplay starts to get a little bit worse. Your team's gameplay starts to get a little bit worse. You start being the area that's exploited. And I'm kind of giving myself like flashbacks at this point to games where I've been in, where I'm just getting absolutely drilled on one of the sites and letting down the whole team. Because that's something that can happen, and teams can just start going on rolls, just snowballing out of control.
Yeah, and obviously that occurs on the other side as well, where the team that's going on the roll, they're just feeling it, and they're letting that momentum carry them. And Overpass is actually, very vulnerable to that. Especially since, obviously, with CT economy, you can just keep pounding CTs into half-buy after half-buy. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll mention the economy a number of times coming into this one, because it's just unreal the number of times that economy comes into play. Of course, it said there that Mama P were the ones that picked the map. Both of these two teams have picked the map, but finally into the game. Podbot starting on the CT side, Mama P on the T side, and it looks like a fast rush in towards B by Mama P.
Quick contact towards Monster, but it's actually short side that will be pushed, and oh my goodness. Cleared out in an instant. All the duels, Mama P will just win. And Arctic and Song left alone. Never mind, just Arctic.
That only Arctic, yeah, that was very fast for the caster curse to come in. One player dies, it's only Arctic left. Needs to find 3 kills in quick succession as he doesn't have the kit in hand. Does have 1 so far, but being shot in the body, and there's the finisher with the head. Cairo finds that kill. Mama P take the first round of Podbots. Pretty limp B hold, all things considered.
Yeah, the B player is going to really need to step that up. That was very fast, and basically no resistance there. They walked in short and instantly gone. They got back in position after pushing Monster and seeing not very much, but somehow all the headshots lined up. Anyways, 1 AK out, or 2 AKs out for RP already, mostly opting for rifles. Just stole Diabolic Carp. That's a name.
It's a very good name, and I think these players, they've bought the worst weaponry, but they're playing much more passive. It's the MAC-10s that are pushing in and trying to get the kills. The AKs just holding the angles, waiting to see if the players on the CT side have bought. They haven't, but of course Mama P don't know that. They don't get all the information that we can see on screen. All they know is that 4 players are alive. They know nothing about their positioning. They don't see them through the walls like we do. So the Podbots are up against it with 3 USPs and a P250. That's 2 headshots to be able to kill one of these players, while they themselves, just 1 crisp shot to the head, and they get the knockback as well in the body if they are hit. The AK as well, just pushing up towards long, gives himself away and spots the player out on the side, just shifting towards the A-bomb site, but Podbots, they see it coming, and they start to rotate themselves.
And you can see Dove Global Carp, he's pushing into the other side just to make sure, because he knows that there's players towards A, and turns out they've all rotated off of B. Oh, they do find a kill, Kesem finding a headshot, and another! From the Optimus position. Can't escape it though, Cairo. On the side, and Frosty left alone.
Just pushed away slightly too quick as Cairo finds that final kill, but starts running away, thinks he's done his job by getting both of those kills from Optimus. Unfortunately, hadn't done so, but that's an expensive round for Mama P, who won't be too happy with 2 players disappearing and calling a pause as well. Not sure exactly which team it was that called it through, but Podbots have that time to think about exactly what they're going to be buying. The players are able to talk to one another in these. They will be able to talk and chat about exactly how they're going to try and counter the Mama P guys. And Mama P get a second to think, are they going to go for the free round, or are they going to buy up? Because they lost a number of players in the last one. They probably want to make sure this one's clean.
They lost an AK in that as well. They had 3 less expensive weapons, but they lost one of the AKs. Thankfully, Kyra survived with his. And they weren't able to grab it either.
I didn't even realise that. That's so much money lost.
Just off of the USP, it wasn't even the P250 player. Kism, if he keeps that up with a slightly better weapon, could see quite the match.
You think about those spots, M4A1S in that spot, of course, never going to happen. They're probably never going to play it the same way as well because it's the second round, but imagine that position with an M4A1S. And that's got to get Mama P thinking, got to make him think, you know what, maybe this isn't going to be quite as easy as we were thinking after that pistol round. They're doing very well with that USP in that spot. They know how we're going to push in. I mean, they knew that B-bomb site was clear. They had a complete understanding. Diabolic Carp would come in behind. They understood that the B site was clear. They thought they were good enough to just push forward, go for it, and not care. And that wasn't the case.
Yeah, it's just one of those times where you push so far up that you're just like, okay, I can't bother to go back. Running back's just too much work. And they do actually end up facing the consequences, Kesem punishing them for that. Anyways, it's going to be Cairo actually heading out for a little bit. It looks like he has some technical issues. I don't know if he's got connection issues or some client issue. Or peripheral issue, even. But it has caused him to need to disconnect, so possibly restart his computer. So we'll probably just be shortly once he's back.
Yeah, it's been a solid start for us, RBY. We had about 40 minutes of sitting in front of the screen and waiting. We got 2 rounds of gameplay, which were pretty quick, all things considered. And now Mama P once again lose a player. I swear they were not this bad last season. And then all of a sudden, I guess it's how it happens. I guess it happens.
You can't stop it if it comes up, can you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All we can blame is our kind of manager for this one, of course. A lovely guy, but clearly just doesn't have it in control. You've got to say, MSC, do better. Silence radiates the caster booth.
Yeah.
RBY is scared of losing his job.
Yeah, I know. He's like start shit talking the manager.
And I think we're going to be waiting just a little bit. So once again, we're going to disappear as we wait for the Mama P players to come back. I will say we will be right back as soon as they are here. Oh, I take it back. He's here immediately. Very exciting.
Here to prove you wrong. And he loses a kill because the game is silly. First he had 6.
We tried to throw to break and then immediately rejoined. So the break should be over pretty quick, eh?
Yeah, welcome back from the break.
Yeah, 6-1 as well, not 5-1. Right, Cairo? Or was it another player that lost the kill? Who was it that left?
It was Cairo.
It was Cairo. Okay.
Yes, 260 ADR. The kind of ADR you can only have in round 2.
You love to see it. I mean, you look at the ADR. At this point, second round in, players are going to have wildly high ADR. But good to remember that anything above 80 is doing a superb job. And one just to keep an eye on as you do watch this one, just in terms of stats. It's really nice if you're able to notice 80 ADR plus, they're having a good game, or a very good game, I should say. Anything above 70, they're contributing to the team. They're doing a good job. Below that, that's where you start to see the deficiencies. That's where the players may well be targeting. And those are the ones that you really have to keep an eye out for on the enemy team. So if the other team has one player that's underperforming like that,
what are you kidding me?
Especially on the CT side.
Okay, well, Podbots decided that they could do their own disappearing act, so Frosty has pulled a Houdini and has disappeared.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to a break. Now we're going to disappear for a break. We will be right back in a couple of minutes, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Amazon University Esports CSGO Swiss Stage with myself, Zakarawanya, and RBY. We're back with Mama P and Podbots after an extended break. The game will be going live shortly. How are you feeling coming into this one, RBY, into the third round?
I don't know anymore.
Lost control? Lost any idea of where you are?
No, I don't even know who's playing. What game is this? Is this that Valorant thing I hear about?
Well, talking of Valorant, we've got the first buy round coming into this one with 3 players pushing towards B and actually going fast. Diabolic up on the Mac 10 with 3 players hiding on towards the B bomb site and I think going to shift in towards him. Maybe going to peek Chiva just hiding round this corner. One of the Podbots players that I've heard so much about in the chat, but Chiva just hoping to find one of them and maybe gonna stumble into one another at this point in time. Does find that kill, but Papa P comes round the corner, and Dr. Spades as well finds the second one in Kez and Podbots. That push-up of short yielded fast results, but fast results never work out as 2 players end up dying.
Yeah, it was a key swing from Dr. Spades to finish off that player that was just about to escape, and now the man advantage is secured. Tong trying to... Well, it's Ting, Tong, I don't even know what he is anymore. Trying to find someone back, but nothing given to him quite yet, and Frosty... Oh, he's getting support from Arctic, who's coming up now. But doesn't see anything quite yet. Oh, there he is! Cairo, kind of caught sleeping. Pushing it on his own in toilets, and the rest of his team are off at the back. And maybe a misplay there, giving up that man advantage now, and Papa P's right low from that first fight. But
a lot of HP. 1 bullet to the body is going to finish him off. Frosty, Tong, and Arctic all prepped to be able to pick that one up as well. The M4A1S is in hand. It looks like it's going to be Frosty the one that's going to take the first face. In fact, Arctic's the one that takes the first face, and Frosty finds that kill as well on site, and all 3 of them chime in with a kill of their own. Podbots from a 4 versus 3 take it to a 3 versus 0.
Jeez, that flash was so good on Frosty, but no one pushed him until he was actually unblinded, and that first fight lost. I think, Arctic winning that secured Frosty's back and let him focus on that fight. And, obviously, Puppy couldn't push in 12 HP, so pistol round for Mama P this time.
Yeah, lovely team play to each get the kills that they did. Frosty, easy kill on Cairo, and Arctic finds 2 in connector as well, just demolishing them on the anti-eco round. The Deagles, the Tech 9s, they mean nothing when the bomb's dropped in connector. This nade can do some damage as well. Papa P down on 22. The bomb is in the end picked up. They do manage to get away, but whether they'll survive for long may well be a different story. Papa P is hoping to catch one of the players out, but you imagine that Podbots can secure this one relatively unfazed. Mama P would need a miracle to get anything at this point, right?
Surely. Though the Tech 9 is something that, no matter what, should be feared unless it's at that range. That's the main weakness. Chasm will end that when Papa P so low. Just a Deagle, and no hope in hell. Completely clean round from Podbots to even it up 2-2.
Yeah, lovely from them, as we get to see our map bands once again at the top there. Overpass the one we're on after a number of different maps were banned, and there we go. That's what we wanted to see. Our little Prime video link, just to remind you, of course, about the sponsors of this event. We've got Prime Video, Prime Student, and Omen making this one possible, so thank you so much to them.
The trifecta. Speaking of the trifecta, we're pushing into water. And the trifecta also on the B site themselves. Not for long, though, as one pushing back, and now they push in!
Well, lovely couple of kills to open that one up for Mama P. They spot the player in Graffiti to Chiva, holding up for his life. 64 HP and hiding in this position, waiting for his teammates to come in. The bomb absolutely going to be let to drop down. And the retake begins. 3 players versus 3. Frosty looking for this kill forward. Actually going to get boosted by his teammate to peek in. Does spot the player out, but not to continue doing it. Knows that that can yield very poor results. Frosty continues pushing forward. Players, in fact, continue pushing forward as they still occupy the site. Finally, Frosty goes down, and there we go. 3 kills in very quick succession. A very fast push in from the CTs to try and retake it. Not allowed to keep going. And that's all she wrote for the CTs. Mama P stopped that streak in its tracks. Take it to 3-2 as they pull ahead once again.
Yeah, good proactive play on the side defense. Shelf pushing in near that smoke and realizing that they were past him, pushed back around the smoke, and that swing was not anticipated. And that threw them into complete disarray. As is this buy, where there's absolutely... Okay, well, hard tick. Found a duel faster than he thought. Frosty gonna go for the refrag, but... Punished quick. Yeah, he just barely got that on Papa P. But man advantage.
See that coming.
Yeah, I was like, surely speaking of two players, he doesn't. Oh my goodness. Ting left on his own with an MP9, not a weapon for the A defense, really. But he can try. But actually, Cheva's pushed into water and has gotten the info that there's no one there, and so Kezem and Tong can actually be fairly confident that it's coming their way, and now they know. As the smokes fly in. Tong close up! One free!
Oh, the MP9 could have done so much more, just giving away his life, unfortunately. It was a really solid try. Dr. Pie would be very happy with that one. The bomb goes down for A, and I think this is going to be all she wrote for Podbots in terms of this round. They do just opt to save the M4, the FAMAS. Far greater in the hands of these two going into the next round than this one. A way to look at it is just, if they do save and have the players to bait and play around, they are going to have a much higher percentage chance of winning the next one with a 5 versus 5 and worse weaponry than they will going into this one in a 2 versus 3 and worse weaponry. So they are just going to save, try and maybe pick up some kills on these AK players as well. Take some of those AKs out of the hand, but that T economy is going to start to go a little bit wild. It's starting to get
contact
away from them, probably $300.
Ooh, he just
in the book
steals it.
Of Cairo, but yeah, 35. Okay, that was close.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the money's getting better for the T side.
Yeah, good entries from Murphy there. Quick, clean. Somehow Podbots managed one. And then Ting trying to play off it, but sadly the weaponry was not enough to yield on one of the one kill. Got lucky that that one player was close enough. Frosty down there. Oh, okay. Cheva is actually going to be pushing as well. And finding Diabolic Carp instantly, getting up into position in water. Arctic holding, but swung out. Frosty on the crossfire. Will keep the man advantage going. 4 versus 3. Papa P going to be staying in the corner waiting for a monster push, but I think they're going to sit back and enjoy their advantage right now. Papa P probing for more vulnerabilities. Cairo looking for something towards long, but passive on CP side they are. Okay. Kezem traded. And Podbot's still in the advantage. Cairo will find nothing as he walks in. All these players at the back of A, and Bank and coming back now. And the question is, do they anticipate this? They haven't been able to recover the gun. That's the right. That's the pistol down, but traded by the rifle. And now Shelf on his own, 25 HP. In long, Frosty closing in on him as well, though maybe looking the wrong way. Did he just spot him?
I think he's been spotted. Shelf's seen him. 20 seconds left on the clock. I don't really think it's enough time.
No, okay.
The round actually
Oh,
going into a completely open B bomb site. The players, they've just rotated away. They think it's the A site, and Podbots, they've given this one up. The bomb can go down, and even though he's only got 25 HP, he's certainly going to be allowed to get this one.
They've realised Shadow saw him, but can't line up the headshot. But this is a chance. Playing proactive. Still can't find the kill. Not enough bullets in his AK. Gonna be closed in by 2 players, surely. Undoable. Oh my god, what? What? Oh my goodness! What is that? Shelf! The big brain play! And Podbots line up perfectly.
How have they allowed him to do that, RBY? How have they let him stand there?
That's a 1 in a million. How did they not check that? That is the one spot. They knew he was close. They knew he couldn't walk that far. And that is a blunder and a half. And maybe a little bit more.
Definitely a little bit more. I think we're looking at 3 or 4 blunders in one in that go, and if you're playing chess, that would firmly put you in about 800 elo or lower. Watching that one.
I feel insulted.
The CTs. Yes, I'm so sorry. The CTs, they have to be aware that the player can be in that position. At least someone has to check into it. And even if they lose the 1 versus 2 doing it like that, they have to just have a single player have a quick look. Podbots do start this round off well, though. They do get a nice kill in towards Connector. Dr. Spades, a player that's been shut down rather a lot by the Podbots side. Arctic continues that fashion. Papa P's looked away at the wrong time. Arctic, he can get 2 here. He does get 2. Cairo and Papa P go down. That's the bomb dropped once again. And maybe going to get another. Arctic on room for the ace here. It's only Shelf left. He starts running back towards the bomb, but Arctic's not going to let this one stand. There's the ace. There's Papa P. They fall apart. Podbots get the kill. And he goes from 4 and 5 to 9 and 5 in just like that.
The revenge lineup. Just like the last round. Not making the mistake this time. This time, exploiting it. Papa P, that timing. So unfortunate. It's one of those times where you just think, maybe people should just walk backwards.
I mean, they should, right? It's always the play to walk towards the position you know the player can be in. It's just no need to be looking the wrong way. You need a little bit of that luck, though, when you try to get an ace. I don't think there's ever been an ace that's been 100% no misplays from the other team, but stop talking about this. The B-bomb site is where Mama P are going, and this is being held down by the CTs. They just fall away, melt like ice cream. Podbots, they find another one. Only 2 players dying for them as they pick up all the kills. And Podbots, they finally play against an eco round. The T economy quelled in a way that they'll very much like, and their money stays quite strong.
Yeah, Cheva being the hot knife through so much butter. That is Mama P. Anyways, all out for Frosty. As the economy has finally built up for Podbots, a few clean rounds, and obviously nearly winning an eco, like a half-buy round. Which, they could have won if they hadn't done a silly. Now Mama P on the eco side, and Caro looking for any opportunities. Arctic only gives him bullets.
That's a spray down for Arctic, but
Oh, tagged up a bit.
challenged by even more players. Does get the opportunity to reload, which he probably shouldn't have been given. The player's just unsure as to how many might be in this spot. The Podbots guys, meanwhile, start to rotate in. Arctic not going to be allowed to get quite as many as he did the last time. Frosty there to support.
Yeah, Jesus, this is aggressive hopping.
Pick up the kills afterwards, and I think Papa P.
Oh, this is an interesting idea.
Just a little
Never
bit.
mind, okay.
Smoke's not great. He's made noise at the same time. Tong just sprays him over. And we equalise once again. Podbots still in this game, haven't gone ahead just yet, so now they have the opportunity to do that, but they're going to be confronted by stiff opposition, and there we go. Mama P call a tactical timeout. I think they're going to have to. I'm glad that they've called it as well. On a gun round, they just get to discuss exactly what they're going to buy, where they're going to go, and why every single player bar Cairo is negative.
Yeah. I mean, most of them not by much, but it's not a good look, especially when you were winning before, and suddenly the momentum has shifted. As well as the economy, Frosty on 6,000, Chev on about 6,000 as well, and yeah, Podbots are going to be sitting pretty even if they do end up losing a round for a little bit, and we'll be able to, and so Mappy won't be able to instantly shift that momentum again, at least economically. And right now, after an ace, that weighs on your conscience, but it's so avoidable, especially after such a round that preceded that. Frosty! Oh my goodness! Ballsy staring at the smoke and presented. Oh, couldn't quite find Papa P, who does grab Arctic on the way in, evening it back up. But aggressive towards water again is Sheva, always keeping control of that whenever given the opportunity and taking this lovely. It's not really an off angle where everyone takes it, but it's like it's hard to peek. And obviously you don't show your head.
I like that.
Yeah.
Podbots, they, I mean, being a man down at this stage in the round does yield some serious disadvantages, or rather, sorry, having a man die, even though they have equalised the kills, it has some serious disadvantages for the CT side. They can't quite get the information plays that they want, although they are set up on short. if these 2 players go down, it ends up being, instead of having 3 players towards one of these 2 sites, instead it's only 2. So they have to take the aggressive plays like this. They have to almost, take the initiative. And unfortunately for the CTs, it can be just that little bit harder for them when they do. The flash comes to try and catch them out. Chiva not caught out though. Tong as well gets his own. Dr. Space Shelf get the kills in reply. At the same time, only 2 players left for either side. The AWP in the hands of Frosty, always dangerous at this stage in the round. The Molotov as well, flushing the T's out. They're not able to plant with 15 seconds left. The bomb gonna try and get planted, but still being watched. Frosty just swings wide. Podbots, they go ahead for the first time in the game. The money as well stays strong. Mama P, even though they had such a strong start, they've been stifled by the CTs.
Maybe it was the break that changed it. It was whoever has the break gets the advantage. Something like that.
One of the 15 breaks that we've had, RBY.
Well, that's what I mean. It just keeps going back and forth, and it's just ended up on Podbots now.
I see. Oh, of course. So just jumping between. If we get another pause in this one,
Yeah.
I hope that we don't. That's going to be it.
Arctic being chased down. Couldn't light up the spray, and Frosty gonna have to be there to bail him out. Trying to defend himself from long, but nothing is actually there. Double zooms onto Dr. Spade's head. You gotta wonder the double zoom shots. Some of those are absolutely crazy looking. And Cairo and Papa P just gonna try and salvage something. Deagle, maybe. Make some damage in this round. Oh, I think you just saw a foot, Frosty. There we are. Finds the foot that he saw. No headshots seemingly for Cairo. Just, well, headshots on him, I guess. I guess he did get a headshot.
It's a way of looking at it. A very positive way of looking at it.
I know, there's optimism, then there's...
Don't worry, guys. I got 25 headshots this game. Yeah, I was shot in the head 25 times.
Exactly.
Went really well. I think the CT's certainly in a prime position to almost close this one out. 10-5 would be a hell of a result for the Podbots, and I'm sure they're hoping for that. But the T economy at this point is in a position where they're going to be making, I believe, $3,400 every single round at minimum. The bomb plant as well would yield them $4,200.
Oh, quick fire on wonder.
Guaranteed they lose. That's a nice headshot as well, Arctic. He's gone from the server, a player that's 13-9 at the moment. There is only one player in that, Orpa, that's putting up similar numbers to him. Currently 11-5, Frosty, and maybe going to get another one as he sprints back towards the site. Yields that position up to the 2 players that faced into him.
You're lucky to survive that headshot. Thankfully, got hit through a wall. Could have been the one shot if he was any more unlucky. And Tong, a little too aggressive. Didn't think Cart would be so close up. And now, the A site actually abandoned. And yeah, Frosty can't contest that. I think the 2 Podbots players just a little too far. And the retake not worth it. So, Mama Pete will just about take the round. Though we will have to wait through the explosion. I don't think there will be any hunting. Their economy is way too delicate. Especially after just buying that up. Cairo proving us wrong again because we said they were both riflers. Him and Frosty, the 2 players to look out for. And turns out they're both uppers. Because I forgot that Frosty was an upper.
I like the way that Podbots are taking this one. The way that they're just saying, you know what, we'll save. We know that a 3 versus 5 isn't our thing. We know that they've taken the site easily. And of course, losing in a 3, not getting any kills in a round probably isn't the best, but 3 players survive. That's going to be very nice for their money going into the next one. I mean, 10k on Tong, 4.5 for Arctic. It's smart from Podbots just to keep the money good, and hopefully they're going to get a 9-6, or at least in the head of the IGL. A 9-6 is where they want to see this go.
Yeah, saving it might be boring, but you can't risk the CT economy. Frosty has a Zeus as his... I think... Interesting. I like how the HUD shows it as his primary weapon until he falls on the AWP. Unless he... No, tell me he dropped his AWP.
I hope he did.
Or is it just bugged out and he actually is holding his AWP right now? Yeah, okay, it's just really bugged out. Yeah, it's just kind of bugged out. Okay. That's weird.
Well,
Oh!
I honestly did think he maybe didn't have one for a second. I know he saw him with the AUE, but I thought maybe it had glitched out. He'd thrown it out the map or something, but thank God he does actually have an AWP in hand. The Zeus, of course, is a pretty capable weapon, but just doesn't get you the kill rewards, and that's really what you're in it for, right?
Okay, yep, Sheva discovers the push in Monster. The flash a little too late, and Frosty with a lot of flares to find, and picks Papa P out of the air, but run down by Carp. Traded quick, and Dr. Speed, okay. Big brain, psychic. Finds Tong through the wall, and that kind of shocks Kesem. Found by the AWP, and even finds the rotate on the way back. And Mama P leaving it back up to 7-7. Going to the last round of the half.
But Podbots can still buy, regardless of how this goes. I mean, both teams are going to obviously want this last round to take the half in their favour, but both of them have equal opportunity to get it. An AWP on the T side, well, there's an AWP on the CT side as well. Four AKs, well, we've got 4 M4s. And that's why the save's so important. The money looks so good. 10k on different players. CT economy disappears in seconds. They lose that money as quick as it comes. So smart to save the weapons in the round before. You see a 3 versus 5, you think they could definitely maybe give that one a go. Well, this is why.
Yeah, it was going to be almost certainly 7-7 either way, even if they did go for it. So, making it unlikely the 8-7 Neos on your side is, or at least, making it an even fight, is kind of the more smarter long-term play. Arctic kind of getting surrounded here, Carp, but looking the wrong way. The flash actually not working out for the T side. Arctic is trapped in enemy territory, and Opper walking into him, but actually tagged for the wall, tries to find the shot. Cairo finds it again. It's okay, but Frosty there to return. Winning the AWP duel, though. It wasn't exactly a duel. Papa P getting ballsy through the smoke. Flashes, grenades everywhere. Frosty! How does he escape that?
How does he get that kill, RBY? How is he allowed to?
That would, sometimes there's just magic. You gotta believe.
It just shouldn't be allowed to turn around and get the kill on the player that's waiting for him like that. And I know that, it's no fault of the T side. It's just an incredible shot from the CT sided player. I should stop talking though. The players are sprinting in towards the side. Shiva gets that kill, but that's all she wrote. Somehow the round goes 8-7 in the favour of Podbots. You'd think that Mama P pushing through that smoke would be a lot better, but after a 5-2 start for Mama P, Podbots bring it back. 8-7 for the CT. Still a little bit of a dodgy CT-sided score, all things considered. Mama P can certainly put up a fight going into the opposite half.
Yeah, but Podbot's going to set the tone off the pistol round, and if they can get the momentum off of their just offer this slight advantage, they can close this out quick. RP obviously with a chance into it, though.
Yeah, I mean, close this out quick. It's 8-7. There's only one round separating the two sides. It's certainly close. Mama P,
wow.
Putting the idea that maybe this is going to be a quick one for Podbots definitely to bed as that peeking towards middle yields a kill. As Tong loses his life, goes 9-9, and that 1.0 KD comes back at him as fast as it disappeared. Arctic hoping to get that one in divider, and Mama P starting to fear for their lives just a little bit. The players pushing back, disappearing back towards the site. Papa P does spot one, gets ahead as he disappears, as he fades back into one site. Cairo as well, getting these kills in long toilets, and Podbots getting played with the food. Mama P, they find it, and Chiva, the one player that's left, he's had a good game so far, but needs to find an ace clutch to win the round, and that's the first one. Whoa!
Okay, one player close by. Does he anticipate looking the wrong way? What the hell? Fake in? Oh, he's aware, but player on the other side as well. I didn't realize as well, but can't let it headshot Dr. Spades. Well, finish it off. Papa P with 3 really amazing headshots to start that off. Cairo in a great position to capitalize as well.
I was believing that Chiva could take that one for a second.
Yeah.
I really felt after the first kill was so clean, that headshot. I was sure that they were going to get them, but Podbots, unfortunately for them, don't find it. 8-8, and opting to force, despite not getting the bomb down, and sprint towards the B bomb site. All of the players pushing through short pipe. Shiva leading the charge as they watch the players in front of them. A jump peek in towards the site as 3 players lie in the water. Shelf finds one, Diabolic Cart with another. The players on the site, they're not going to be allowed to get it down if the Mama P guys have anything to say about it, but they absolutely do. The MP9 sprays through them, and Mama P find those kills so quickly. Podbots to try and take the site. Shot down.
Forget Diabolic Diabolic Cart, more Diabolic Piranha. Absolutely eating them up with the MP9. In water as well.
Really eating them up. A disgraceful play with that MP9.
That's what you can do against unarmored players.
They had armor.
Oh yeah, they did even have armor. They didn't have helmets though. Some of them. A couple that wanted utility. But yeah, he just shreds them up even with armor. It's ridiculous. He's just gonna stick with it. That's his spirit weapon now.
I mean, it's an incredible weapon for holding the B bomb site. If you're just going to get smoked off like that, push through it with an MP9. It's just as good as an AK-47, if not better when you're playing at close range in that way.
Yeah, the movement.
Their eco's disgusting as well, just disgracefully low. Down on these Deagles, these P250s, these Glocks. At this point, the M4 is going to take full advantage of that. The lack of armor is really good. Oh my god, Papa P, they're just running into him.
Oh, Tong finally lines him up off of the pre-fire, but Cairo hunting him down, and Troy Frosty finds another. Surely not another. Yeah, there we go, Spain. Up to 10 for Papa P.
A really nice start to the half with 3 rounds in a row. It's like Counter-Strike of old, taking 3 after the pistol round, of course, after the economy update about 400 years ago now. That very quickly changed to now usually be 2, but that Podbot's force, despite not getting the bomb down.
Yes, the economy update declared by Elizabeth I.
All the way back in the day. Yeah, it was a really great time. Obviously been through a few monarchs since then.
Yeah. The boost coming in, but it won't actually find anything. They're just at the right angle that they won't see anything. There's a player to his right. Could get dicey if timing does not favour them. Okay, no. The totem pole will be disassembled and packed up and go towards Monster and Toxic. Trading weapons. Double Power's like, give me my primary weapon, please. Thank you. Very much. And Papa P, kind of annoyed that he's not got anything to shoot lately. He was having so much fun just before. And now they're all cowering away from him. Why would that be? Why would that be, Zach? Why would they be scared of old Papa P?
I have no idea. He even got a 3k in the last one.
Exactly. Yes, that's nothing. And a lot slower from Podbots now, looking for vulnerabilities, but Monarchy are actually playing this very passive and yeah, probably getting a bit bored. Maybe that's the plan, to bore them to death.
I mean, it might be. It's certainly worked so far for the early parts of the game. But Podbots begin their assault on the B-bomb site, and that's a nice way to start it. Cairo, Chiva rather, gets one. Dr. Spades as well falls on Pit. That's almost a spray-through kill. Papa P pushing through the smoke as well to help out his teammate, hoping to find more. I think actually a T-sided player killed his own teammate in that situation. The Molotov not able to find anybody. Tong gonna slowly peek round and try and pick up this AK-47 kill, but not allowed to do it. Papa P keeps pushing forward. The AUE in the hands of Frosty, the one player that's left. The swing from Cairo, not quite good enough. Gives away far too much of his body. It's Papa P left in a 1 versus 1 on the site, just jumping around, but full whited. The Glock just missing the chance, whiffing so hard. Frosty giving himself away and will almost die. How are they not killing each other pushing around this site? They can finally get the kill. But Mama P, they take that one with just a few seconds to spare. There's hardly enough time on the clock. What was I watching, RBY?
I think we were in the wrong position. We should have been in playground, I think, for that play. It was a bit of a all game of tag, I think. Just around the well, I'm not gonna call it that one, pillar. Has another name that I didn't want to say right now.
Yeah, you know, we're on Amazon University Esports. Pillar is the correct term for it. Let's not use the I think it was Astralis or Dignitas that first coined
Yes, it was
the other name we're thinking of.
Yeah, it was a famous Kerrigan one, I believe.
That's it. Of course it is.
You're just yelling Danish and then suddenly... Oh, I just smacked my mic. Just yelling Danish, then suddenly...
Suddenly we hear a different name for it.
It was like, what? He's what?
I've struggled with it before. I've struggled with it a number of times before casting. Where you have to not say the name that you want to. That one, it's Pillar. It's
Pillar. Shelf. Bullets whizzing by him, trying to send some ordnance back, but nothing will actually hit anyone. For now, just suppressive fire through the corrugated steel. Oh! Through the wood, though! Diabolic Carp catching a few. Kesem keeps going, but somehow's just barely alive. Picking bullets out of his britches. Not gonna be happy about that. It's never nice being wallbanged, even if you survive.
It's nice to see, with 50 seconds gone in the round, though, that both of these two sides are playing it cautiously. Neither one of them is hoping to kind of, get those really early kills that sometimes you'll see at this sort of level, players just sprinting forward and trying to get a kill on one of the sites and it going wrong. Instead, Podbot's just taking their time and Mama P giving them that time, giving them that space, playing aggressive enough to be able to find players. Potentially, Cairo might well call for his teammate to rotate over to A with that flash, but not seeing anything, and Tong taking 57 damage to a nade on the other side of the map, outside of Monster. He's been dropped incredibly low, and players as well continuing to smoke.
Yeah, the time is so low.
I think Tong's got time. He's got time to push through. Actually does get that kill. The player on the site as well. The flash comes over to stop Tong's space from being able to hold in that position. And Tong, even with 47 HP, is able to find them. But Frosty, the one player that's left somehow, Shelf's the one getting all those kills in towards the B monster. And there we go. Yeah, 5 seconds left on the clock. I think Frosty will be glad that he died to that AUE in the end. He will get the money. He will get the loss bonus that his team picks up. But Mama P increased the deficit that Podbots is feeling to 4 rounds.
Ting had such a chance there with the player flashed completely off holding Monster, but couldn't quite find the other player on Pillar, who once again, a Podbots player chasing another round the Pillar, not able to kill him. And that time that got bought from that, and the kills that he got while doing that, I can't remember, I think it was Dr. Spade. So much impact. Okay, well, up connection we go, and oh my goodness, 2 kills from Frosty, all of a sudden.
Way to start it. AK and M4 as well. That's so much money in their hands. So much, not just economy, but kill potential as well. This AK-47 can find more. Cairo loses his head.
Yeah, up, gone.
On dice. Diabolic Carp can hold this angle, but also takes a headshot. Also incredibly low. His teammate trades him out, but 1 HP. Oh, does get the kill. Mama P, that's so close at the end of the day, though. They're against an eco round. Podbots, even though they've lost the round, even though the deficit's increased to 5, Mama P, they've lost a lot of money and a lot of confidence, you almost feel, on that push from Podbots.
Yeah, Cairo going down for nothing, that was not what he wanted, especially as an opper. Papa P having an absolute blast of a game, as is Dr. Spades with all these, finishing off all these rounds. On 17 for 12 now. Yeah, only with 66 AD actually finishing off somewhat low players. But the impact that these frags are having on the rounds are worth their weight in gold.
Yeah, I mean, almost to Podbots, almost doesn't matter that they lost that one, because if they do get this, of course, obviously it does matter, but it's small enough that if they do take this one, they'll have Mama P at a disadvantage. And on 13 rounds, that's a pretty dangerous position to be in. Players can really start losing a lot of confidence if they don't string rounds together in a row. Arctic gets the kill on Shelf. In the end, Papa P lining up with him as well takes quite a heavy chunk of damage, pushing up long. The Mama P push from that tactical timeout doesn't quite work in their favour. Players will always be watching for just some change up in the round. Usually the T-side are going to be pretty cognizant of a push like that, and Mama P made to pay the price. Even though they do get Arctic down to 8 HP, that AWP in his hands probably won't matter that he's quite that low.
How easily that could have been 2 if it just lined up a little differently. Arctic obviously now opting for the AUE, being taken down to 8 HP. So Frosty will opt for the rifle this time. And towards Monster, he shall creep. And only one player really to receive them for the time being. Clear in there, and Ting! Oh my goodness! They line up just about, and it's an easy adjustment. And on 2 HP, the B's bomb site is cracked wide open. And this is not really a doable retake, even with the 2 players on such low HP. Yeah, just going to cower towards bank. That's understandable. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, unlucky really that the health doesn't carry through to the next round. The Mama P guys, they'll be thinking 98 damage, 92 damage. We should really have had a chance in this one, but those are the 1v1s I was talking about before the game. When the 1v1s don't go your way, you can be given... It can seem like, 2 HP's difference or 8 HP's difference, but realistically, that's that's a full player at the end of the day. That could almost be 100 HP. Unless a player's there to capitalise on it, a retake against 5 players is always going to feel pretty bad. Mama Pete call yet another tactical timeout just to think things through. The buy is strained. The money is very poor. Diabolic Carp on a double eco. Much on the cards. Dr. Spades and Shelf on an eco round themselves. It's whether these Mama P guys opt to buy around that AWP, because if they do eco this one, they won't be able to buy an AWP in the next one. There's no way that's going to happen.
Well, the thing is with that round, the way that Ting went into the site, it doesn't necessarily isolate those 2 fights. They can peek together. In fact, they almost did, but they were just staggered enough that Ting had 2 separate fights, and obviously got a quick headshot on the first, and that was what secured that. Because the moment there's resistance on that site, they don't get the bomb down as quick. There's a nade onto the site. Something that round has something to say for Mama P, but now the FAMAS MP9 boost in, but won't see anything. He'll have a player creepy up on him though. They're not careful. Did they make the noise? I don't think they made noise.
I think it was nice and quiet. Either way, there is a smoke down, so they have quite a lot of time to be able to rotate away. This double hold in towards connector could catch a player off shelf with the MP9. Very much the switch in this baited switch. Going to be the one that might
Frosty
well pick
is
people up.
on A. Yeah. How did that happen? Okay, well, it went down in connector, and Pombot's actually winning that out just about somehow. Papa P's. What? How Frosty? What is?
How do we cast this round, RB1?
What has happened to... Okay. Interesting. They're planning A now. Okay.
The bomb is going down. Players are just switched around one another. There's a player in toilets. They've just swapped sides. The Podbots guys may as well be on the CT side.
The Arctics went... okay. Trying to find things. What is going on? Papa... Okay. No one has any idea where anyone else is, so just has to check every corner. And now this retake's kind of undoable because they're so far from each other, Mama B. Cairo's just holding for a push, but nothing's gonna come. And yeah, Carp was just, not ready for a player up there. And a quick kill on Frosty, who is just, off in the wilderness. The cone just landed in B. That was weird. In fact, Mama P getting a lot of kills at the end of that round. But another point on the board for Podbots, up to 10. And that was weird. I don't know how any of that occurred. Frosty just walked along and went onto the site, and suddenly there was just no CTs there.
I don't know what to say. I mean, we hardly saw it. The Observer really struggling. You've got to feel for Simba. And that one, players are pushing up long. Another couple of fighting in connector. I mean, both of those sides almost impossible to observe as they're switching left and right and centre. I mean, I had no idea where to look as a caster, so huge props to him for covering that.
He's doing it again! He wants to do it again! He saw it!
There's no way they let him do it again.
Okay,
this time, he's caught a player, but the player's managing
to
run all the way back.
What?
He does actually Do a heap of damage on towards Cairo, but this time, Papa P almost gets 2 on the spray down on short. Now the Podbots guys start to push through on towards the site, but the players, I think, have all rotated up towards A. Cairo holding from Optimus. Another player holding long, 2 are going to be pushing in towards the angle, but I think the T side have opted, you know what, let's just slow things down. They may well decide to go B. Mama P holding this one almost as if it is an A push already, but the bomb's not committed.
Yeah, Ting's looking towards the bottom, but the bomb's actually moving up toilets, so maybe, just maybe. And, a pick from Arctic. The other player is Optimus, and, okay, Op duel 1, Shelf will pop out now, but only for 1. And suddenly, Cairo trapped behind the big old truck.
Ooh.
Shots need to be hit. No, shots he will hit. And Dr. Spade will clean it up once again. And oh my goodness, Mama P salvaged the round off the back of Cairo.
How has that Orc picked up as many kills as he has? The reflexes in that position to pick off the player that's jumping around the corner. Then the Podbots guys are caught unawares. They think the guy on the corner's got the kill on him. They think that he knows where he is. Unfortunately for them, that's not quite how it works out. Mama P bailed out of a round that looked like it was going down the toilet by Cairo on that AWP, and rightfully gets it again in this one.
Look, Frosty didn't try and go long again. What do you know?
Yes, thank God, because he's been abusing that position so much. 22 and 14 at the moment, 8 kills to the good on his KD. And the Mama P guys as well, just holding this one passively on a bomb site. They've been doing it basically every round. They've hardly been peeking in towards toilets. They know that the more passive they play, they're still able to rotate players up. The Podbots guys haven't generally been the fastest to sprint out on towards the A bomb site. They've got the time to maybe look for the kills and then back away and call some players to rotate in. So very much playing around the Podbots T-sided style. And on 14 rounds, they are pretty close to map point.
Podbots looking to stave that off for now, as lining up all the utility onto B. Ready. Mama P, but the aim not there for Diabolic Carpent. Completely flashed off his Dr. Spade. Shelf left alone. Mama P does find Arctic somewhere on the other side of the map. And Shelf revealed, but one player taken down in the meantime. 3v3. But an AWP on the retake. And the players on the T side have gotten back into Monster. Dug into the trenches. MRP gonna need a good few shovels to dig them out. And actually, yeah, it looks too deep of a hole to dig. MRP will say, cut their losses. Save these 3 guns, including the AWP. Fair enough. 4 rounds buffer. Now 3. They can give it up for now.
And both of these teams doing a really good job of making sure they stay safe, stay smart on the weaponry. They're being pretty kind of passive, I guess, when it comes to both the tactical style they're using and the saves they're going for. Both on the CT side have been good. Podbots are definitely getting closer, and Mama P have that emerging threat in front of them. Remember, both of these teams are fighting for top 8. That's the only way they get through to the final stage, to the double elimination bracket. And Shelf is starting off the round well for Mama P by getting that first one, able to dissipate back on towards the A bomb site as well. The players holding toilets, don't see anybody, and Podbots, they're a man down and $1 short. 30 seconds into this, well, pretty crucial round in the second half.
Yeah, on a nice edge for them. Match point will just make this match go on for even longer, even if they do manage to bring it back. And honestly, I'm not sure that's in their favour. I'm not sure they want to go along anymore. It's it's nearly 9 o'clock, but it's Tong o'clock today for him. It really is Tong o'clock. Oh my god, 3 kills. Just click on the entries again. This time, isolating those fights perfectly by his own collision. And Papa B, not really much to say into this though. Maybe get a freebie here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there we are.
Tong is a maestro pushing in on B site. He's found so many kills on that entry, on that area of the map. Mama Pete almost don't know how to deal with him. In 20 and 18, and I believe at least 6 or 7 of those have been B site entries.
Yeah.
He's just having the game of his life when it comes to that area of the map. I mean, you expect a player to have higher than normal deaths when they are doing the entries like that. That is what he has, and he's just doing a superb job of finding those kills.
But yeah, despite the man disadvantage, Podbots, they hang on again. 2 rounds to separate them, and absolutely no money in the bank from Mama P. Just the saved weapons. One of which is an AWP. So, all hope is not quite lost. And also Papa P has an AK, so if he's going to do more spectacular rifling on the toilet side, there's a bit of pistol support. It might be what they need to close this out, Mama P. Cairo missing the first of his shots, but will not be the last. Oh my goodness, Sheva. In quite a position here. And there's an AWP on the other side of him. And the much less dangerous USP on the other one. Arctic will deal with that,
much less dangerous, but I think we've seen Frosty
get
2 kills with the USP in previous rounds, so it certainly can do some damage if put in the right hands.
Oh yeah.
Mama Pete banking on that one almost, the AWP and the AK to do most of the heavy lifting, but the USPs realistically need to do something if they are to win this one, and with the 2 weapons towards the B bomb site, they were hedging their bets before. Now thinking of rotating towards the A bomb site. They hear the noise though towards B, so they do opt to stay with 40 seconds left on the clock. Podbots are taking this one down to the wire. It seems probably going to start pushing into the site around 30 seconds.
There it is.
Well, now here it does come. Molotov
Molly
is missed, though. It's a big whiff on that Molotov. The smokes are down on the site. Still, the AWP going to be taken, well, basically out of the round by the positioning of it, but Papa P certainly isn't as he gets that kill on towards Tong, the player that we've seen before finding kills in numerous locations all around the site. Dr. Spade's trying to make as much noise as he can, but the player jumping on top of the site. Papa P finding 2 kills with that AK-47. It's Kazan and Chiva, and well, a 2 versus 2 falls into a 2 versus 1 as Cairo gets that kill with the AWP. The one player that's left on short in Chiva has to find both of these kills, and Dr. Spades is a good way to start, but Cairo on the AWP can be incredibly scary. Just waiting, biding his time, showing his leg, giving away just little heats of him. Cairo only gets this one shot with the AWP and does find it, gets the kill on towards Chiva. Podbots have lost the round. Mama P on 15, at least guaranteed the overtime. Podbots need 3 in a row. Mama P just need 1. And we're ultimately incredibly close to finding out who wins this one.
Chiva doing everything he could there. But the discipline from Cairo, he knew he had the advantage, and he knew he had the reactions to do it when it was time to take the shot, and he did it not a second too early, not a second too late. And now,
I mean, lovely play on that AWP to get the kill when he did. He was very hesitant to shoot, and rightly so. The AWP just missing one of those means that he loses it. It's a really bad weapon to retake with. He's won it for Mama P. He's got them onto match and map point. Papa P swinging into the angle. The 2 players that are themed all around the cold managed to get that kill pretty coldly, if I do say so myself. Mama P, a man down already after 40 seconds. The peek in towards connector shut down quickly. Podbots, they have every chance of taking a 13th if it stays the way it does, although both of those players are low.
Cairo, he's hungry for more. He's gotten a taste of multi-frags now, and he wants more rounds of that. He wants to finish this off in style. But Dubba Carp will be the one contact. Oh! Eats the flash right to the face. Dr. Spade there to return, thankfully. Kesem not ready for the second. No one there to trade him, actually, either. The one player behind him was flashing, and the 2 players were kind of behind on short. Anyways, 2 players now to receive here. One from Heaven. Okay, no. Rushing into water. Arctic going round and having to play the angle. Shelf is kind of hard. Cairo going down, but the spray's coming in, and Shelf suddenly 1v1 for the match as Frosty retreats back into Monster. And Shelf just has time to play with It's planted the same as it was the last round, but still has to be careful from other angles, but Frosty plays him like a fiddle. Knew that he'd expect the short play, and so goes the complete opposite.
Ooh, when we're talking about going over 80 ADR, Frosty on 99 at the moment, averaging a kill every single round with that sort of ADR. Obviously, isn't getting a kill every round, currently on 24 instead of the 28 rounds that we have seen. Podbots are getting close, and it's probably going to be right down to the wire as well. Mama P are on a full eco round, opting to buy into the 30th. And this one
Triple boost.
just going to ultimately culminate
Oh no.
in the boost on the B-bomb site.
I'm the top. No, you're the top. I'm the... Oh. Nothing to be seen by the extended totem pole, though, as actually just no one is actually towards water at all. It's just Shiva watching for the push, but... And this time, it is the other cold player getting very aggressive towards A, and we'll find it completely vacated as there's only Cairo towards this side, and K-Tong was not expecting him on that angle. You just saw him get around that corner, so Arctic not aware that he is spotted, and Cairo with a chance to hunt him down too, though actually this game of evasion might not work out so well. Cairo finds him just in time to trade Papa P. And the spray down is a bit awkward from Shiva as well, but actually a 2v3 is now doable by both these players. Rifles picked up. Oh, not enough spray from Cairo. And it's now Dr. Spade. He's closed out a few rounds, but no kit this time. No armor. Has an AK, though, and he'll happily save that for the final round. The Podbots, despite the advantage they had, actually will just about, by the skin of their teeth, take it to the final round of regulation.
I cannot believe that they are all so low. Dr. Spades, of course, doesn't know it, and $1,700, it is the smarter play to just save that AK.
Yeah, no, even...
I don't think he realises how close he is to potentially of doing a retake. If he just one bullet into each of them, that could have been around for Mama P. They could have taken that to 16-14.
The only thing is, I'm not sure you could have done it quick enough. As long as one of them played passive, I don't think you could have done it quick enough to get a 10-second defuse.
That's true.
So I think that's why he was like, okay, the percentage chance of me actually doing this, especially if he's already like 5-10 seconds into the plan. Frosty has a Zeus again because I don't know why it does that.
I mean, hopefully he picks up a few kills with it. I mean, Zeus is a very formidable weapon.
Yes.
In this game, it can pick up, I mean, just getting that Zeus, it's a close-range weapon, but I reckon he can do some damage with it. I mean, 25 kills so far, 99 ADR still.
Yeah.
I don't know. That Zeus seems like it's in pretty capable hands.
Yeah, him and Papa P have been above 100 for a good portion of this game. Frosty only dropping well in the last few rounds, after having a few quieter ones. But the final pause of regulation shall come to a close. And now the final round will play out. Do we go to overtime and keep this game going again and again? And okay, never mind, I lied. It's the penultimate one. Now this is the final pause. I swear if they take another pause after this, I'm going to be very annoyed.
I mean, RBY, when we're watching this game, which, just to remind everybody that's tuning in now, this game started 45 minutes after the expected time. Of course, they're going to use every tactical timeout. We never see it in UKCS. We just don't. But at the same time, they will, without a doubt, use every tactical timeout they can. They know that the other guys in the next game are probably waiting to play. They know that they can eke this one out. They'll probably get quadruple or maybe septuple overtime.
Everyone has been waiting for their fixtures for like 40 minutes now.
Bodbots and Mama P, they're just going to extend it. But Anyway, these two teams need to win this round. Mama P to win it in regulation. Podbots just to take this one to overtime. 15-14. Both of these teams fighting for top 8. Let's see who takes it on the 30th round of a best-of-1 series.
Oh no! That's a whiff, Papa P. And man advantage for Podbots. Arctic quick on the trigger. Cairo just a bit quicker, but himself. But not presented with any targets. So we'll actually get a chance to push up long if he does desire. But Podbots won't make any adjustments quite yet. Still going to keep the default going. Frosty will pick up the bomb.
The CTs, they need to push for some information plays. When you've lost a player like this, you haven't found the reply. He's just died all by himself, Papa P. The Mama P guys, they have to just do something. One of the players has to go out on a limb, because otherwise they've got a 5 versus 2 on one of the sites. The retake is going to be a 2 versus, if say they go 2 for 2 on the sites, which, to be honest, they may well do, but they still have a 2 versus 3 on the retake. So Mama P playing from the sites this passively is, it's the opposite of hedging their bets. It's realistically one of the worst things you can do in this situation, But Cairo doesn't care as he just 5-1. Arctic gets the kill on him in the end. Shelf just pushing through, gets the one spray down, not allowed to get the second. Chiva sprays him in the end. Podbots, they're in a 2 versus 3. They've got this one. They feel it's in the bag, but Diabolic can't going to stop that one off. Picks up the AK-47. Chiva trades him out in the end. It's only Dr. Spades left. He's in the same situation he was in last time. Just a man to the good. He's got the situation maybe under control as he does find the first one on Chiva. Doesn't know where the second is. Looks in the right direction, but Podbots take it to overtime. Mama P can't close it out with 4 rounds ahead. There we go. We do get overtime. I told you it was coming. And it all starts because Papa P alone in long toilets.
He'd been so reliable in those positions as well, but he was just a little too overextended that time. And it was a 1v1 duel. Whoever died could not be traded. And it was just so vital. It was basically all hinging on that one fight to set the tone of the round. And now, economy reset, points reset. Let's see how they do. What the f... Okay, Shelf... I was wondering why Shelf went flying. It was because he was boosted. And, yeah, Tom anticipating that. Absolutely decking him. And wow, P just running with her tail between their legs now. Cairo, gonna see something if he peeks at him long. Right here. Oh, yeah. Yes, he will. Oh, no! A missed shot! Arctic, the movement. And the aim. Beating out the Opera on the other side.
Not the flashes, though.
No, the flashes are... Oh my god.
Yeah, that utility, not the best in that situation. Mama P gonna be facing off against a B rush, though. The players now start funneling out and towards the site. Funnily enough, it's actually where Mama P have most of the players. Diabolic Carp trades 1-for-1 as Papa P dies once again. Not allowed to pick anything up. The players shifting through smokes, hoping to find the 2 that are behind. A good spray through from Chief actually does a lot of damage through onto the second player. And Dr. Spades on about 20 HP, finished off by the teammate that goes in towards water. Podbots, they start off the overtime well, and the CT economy starts to suffer a little bit when you're in overtime like this. Going into the final round, the AUE becomes a little bit less viable, obviously, in a 16k one. It's still good, but Cairo isn't going to have to switch with his teammate if he does die here, and he does. Frosty finds that, and another 2 kills come through from Chiva. Mama P, it looks like everything's falling apart for them. They've not got everything in hand, he says, as Dr. Spades finds one jumping around as well, spots the 2 players that are pushing out. Just chaotic overtime so far. Players peeking left and right, and it's going in favour of Podbots. Dr. Spades hoping for players to peek into his bullet. Papa P spots the player through the wall, but shooting through. Has to switch to the SPS, somehow gets that kill, but Dr. Spades falls on the site at the same time. The bomb's starting to be planted. A 1 versus 3, and I think Mama P realise that they're not going to get this one, just saving the AUE. Not exactly sure why. It's 16k round. They could certainly just afford to go for this. Podbots are going to be given 17. Why is he saving?
He just doesn't even want to try. He's tired. It's been too long.
I mean, one of the things that we've seen from these CTs, from Mama P specifically, they've been so passive, and there's no reason to save in a 16k overtime.
Yeah,
really,
can afford
this
it now.
is poor play, and IGL should be calling to push for this.
Yeah, it's even a 1 vs 3. You could try it.
There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to.
He wasn't in the greatest
You've
position
got the money
to mount it from. Water's not great for that retake, but even still,
it doesn't matter. It absolutely does. The only reason that you save in a retake is because you want to save the money. An MR3 16k overtime. You don't need to. They don't even. Nobody chooses to double up. They don't decide to do that. They could have afforded to. I mean, that's maybe the only reason that you would save in that situation. Mama P, a huge misplay not to try.
Yeah, Chiva trying to replicate his success the other round, but not as aggressive this time, Mama P. This time opting to go over the smoke, and oh no, Dr. Spades. That's one of the few times he's been found first. Shelf quickly back with Kesem, though. Over the smoke as it clears. So, the man for man is even. The Arctic is kind of getting past these A players, actually. Don't think they realize he's there. And Papa P... Okay, no, I think he is slightly wary that they might be there. Oh. It kind of depends on the timing. Oh, God. Are they just going to both hide on the other side of the fighter? Yeah, they are. Okay, Frosty, as the smoke fades, sees one. And Papa P will win the Vider fight as well. Running in, Shiva just giving up his own life for just about nothing, and so Papa P will hold on and save off their own match point. Unless Ting, old Tong, Ting Tong, who knows, in 30 seconds has something to say about it. Omen is back. But is... Oh, Molly slightly flubbed, actually, but has room around it. And I think, yeah, they're looking away from it. Gives him a chance here, but there's a player on short that he surely does not realize, goes for the fake, and looks the wrong way. Well, P on 16. 2 rounds required for Podbots to take this.
Honestly, I mean, well played from Mama P to take that one back. I'm still shocked at the second round save. I just,
yeah,
I can't get over it. It's just, I mean, you know, I don't want to harp on about it too much, but in a 16k OT, there's just no need, especially when you're when you have as much as you do. But there we go. Podbots, they end up 17 rounds up as well, going into the CT side. You'd hope that they're able to get 2 in this situation. The T side really shouldn't be allowed to get that, but just thriving on the chaos that Mama P have allowed them as well. Just a few other bits and pieces. The nade goes over. Try and maybe pick off a player on short, but Podbots don't find really anything with that util. Just 20 damage done onto Diabolic Carp. It can be a little bit of a difference, so it does put him within the 1 headshot range. But Mama P at the moment just hiding outside that B bomb site. 3 players in this position, but Podbots, they've not taken any info plays on the A bomb site, so they don't know that.
I think they're just happy to sit pretty, really, for now. I think they have an idea of how Mama P are playing, and they're just happy to wait for the execute. Because they don't really see anything towards A, at least from the far distance that they've been watching. Though they aren't looking anymore, so they shouldn't really know. But I think they are confident that, from what they've seen, and the few signs they've been given, that it may be a B play, and now they know it is definitely a B play, and now they're a bit out of position. Because that little bit of doubt grew, and Kesem will go down quick. Sheva gets in, and trade quick on a Stuck Spades, but Double Carp's in there. Frosty, what is that? A collateral and a third! And suddenly this round is gone from Mama P. Shelf left against 2. Quick flash in. Arctic finishes it off, and what the hell was that, Frosty?
Huge round from Frosty. Huge with the AWP. Almost going on a 2.0 KD at this point. Podbots on match point. 2 rounds to the good as well. That's 2 rounds that they've got to try and find the final one to end this overtime. Take it to 19, 16, or 17 if Mama P can find something here. Frosty, of course, on the A bomb site though, so this is a decision to push into the guy that's just shut you down on B. Players as well looking towards long. He's just hiding over the side and does get that kill on Diabolic Carp. Able to drop down. That's the first kill in favour of Podbots. Mama P just... That flash doesn't do enough. Arctic,
he sees the shadow!
He starts the shadow, but spraying through the smoke, doesn't know where it's coming from. Papa P sprays him down. And that's the benefit of being the attacking player. You know roughly where the other one is. Papa P as well spots the player on sign too. Frosty on this AWP all alone. Actually does drag his teammate over on Dumpster. Just shifting back. Podbots know that they can retake this site if they have to. They got these kills on the B bomb site in the past. And yeah, they're just going to allow the Podbots, the Mama P guys to push forward.
The setup's pretty solid towards Monster for now. As long as Chasm can kind of keep himself alive long enough. Though that smoke is an interesting one. Doesn't really neutralize this setup though. In the slightest, but Shiva was playing anti-flash and no flash actually even came over. So, kind of works out, and now suddenly an opportune push from short, kind of cut off by the molly. They re-molly it, and oh my goodness. Suddenly, the double peak results in 2 players down, and now Pyro for the game. Through the smoke, and can't do it.
19-16 in the end for Podbots. Huge play by them to finally take that one. They looked like they were going to lose as well. A few rounds down in regulation, but taking that one in overtime is a solid job from them. I'm sure they'll be happy. I don't know, watching you into that one, who exactly do you think was your player of the game looking at it?
Has to be Frosty. There's just no way. There's no other way. Went for the whole game, was firing on all cylinders, had impact throughout, and, well, a bit of recency bias because he had the last round. The last round. With it. But I think that'll be it for the time being. We'll be going to a break before our next one because we need to finally calculate the fixtures.
Yeah, we need a break as well, so we'll be right back in just 15 minutes. Thanks very much for joining, guys.
Transcend humanity with Omen.
What is that?
It's cutting edge VR, Flynn.
It looks like it's something from the future, you know?
Flynn took a trip to future London. Saw something she wasn't supposed to. Now people from there are trying to kill us.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Amazon University Esports with myself, Zachary Awanya, and RBY, brought to you by Prime Video, Prime Student, and Omen. RBY, it's lovely to be here with you. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling better now that we're finally into another match. This time, Super Cali from Glasgow Caledonian versus the Half Natty Head Tappers from Lancaster. And this is another high-stakes game, I think, as it's basically guaranteed whoever wins this one goes through. These two are, I believe, we're either in the top 8 or we're bordering it between them.
So, both of these two teams were in the top 8 at the start of the night. Both of them have won it. Unfortunately, we don't have exact positions for both of them, but whoever wins this is definitely going through. Whoever loses this, not necessarily out either, can definitely still go through in those top 8. But this, of course, for bragging rights, the easier position as well through kind of, seeding. Whoever finishes top of this top 8 ends up seeded against the 8th position. So always easier when you finish at the top. You may well end up going against our previous losers in the last game, Mama P, who had a solid game, but both of these two teams are going to want to take this one, of course, regardless of how it goes, because seeding is absolutely huge. But I'm hearing in my ear, we do already have the map bans. Of course, the last game went on so long. The map bans ready unbelievably quickly. You can see below you, not actually got the full graphic on there, but we can see the bans that did come through. I believe it was Super Cali that banned Inferno first and then going through. But RBY, do you want to take us through those bans? Tell us exactly maybe what these two teams were thinking as they were going through them.
Yeah, so obviously you get your insta-bans first. There we are. There's our graphics. Oh no, it was Half Natty Head Tappers who banned Inferno first. So two fairly slow-paced maps banned out first, then Anubis and Vertigo, which are fairly differently played. Well, Anubis obviously relatively new, so meta's not quite as established, and Vertigo varies quite a bit depending on the level of play, and this is not the level of play where you have all your protocols completely drilled out, absolutely, especially for holding ramp and things like that, so understandable. And then went down to Nuke and Ancient, and Nuke, Ancient, and Mirage, and then between those, you kind of just opt towards Mirage with both of these teams because, well, it's just shooting people in the head, really.
I mean, the Mirage very much one that mid control is a big portion of. B, apps from that T-sided side is not really a position that really is looked towards. It's very much mid, A-bomb site that are the ones to watch out for. As we jump into the game, the team's already ready. I believe Knife Round may well have already played out also. These teams on Mirage. We're going to be jumping into our match 2 of the night. Super Cali starting on that CT side. It's Glasgow Caledonian. Line up 2 towards the A-bomb site and actually pushing early the player underneath the apartment, underneath Palace.
Oh my goodness! Kip, how far is he going? He's seen nothing.
He pushed all the way up middle. He's seen everything on the site. He knows exactly where they're probably going towards. 2 players pushing out on towards the A-bomb site. A kill comes through fast. Taxton going to have to hold this one and hope that his teammate rotates in quickly. But as the bomb goes down, the player in up ramp may well catch one drop, getting that kill on SLP. Kipray finally does get the kill on the players by pushing in behind, but it's too little too late. The players have already set up into their default. 2 players in jungle. He's hoping to pick up these kills. Sees the player in Palace as well, calling that out to his team as Half Natty Head Tappers. They have the time, they have the space. They've been given so much of it as well. The player's just still peeking in towards the angle. Sirostat gets that kill on towards Haxton. Going in quick succession. How does he get that kill? The knife kill from Mystic almost goes for the second on the knife kill, but Half Natty Head Tappers get the first round. Super Cali go 1 round down. And even though that push by Kipray going all the way up towards middle, Half Natty take it.
it was so much info, but they had already pushed in all the way. They'd gotten those players down lower, so they'd actually completely circumvented him. So he didn't disturb really anything, because the bomb was already so forward, and yeah, even though it was a great info play, it wasn't the info they needed. They needed the players on site, and well, now the players have been taken off the site as headshots are found all around Sidak. So much confidence from the last round. Running out of bullets, though. Probably gonna get taken down. There we are. Slip? Oh my goodness. Look at that slippers. A little bit of a name change. Cast now stuck in CT, and yeah, finished off easy. Just Sidak, who was a bit too aggro. Going down in that.
But these are the big ones. Even though Super Cali lost that one, Super Cali now are allowed to, of course, purchase, and it looks like we're going to be getting a tech pause. Listening in my ear, players lost their internet, unfortunately, so tech pause.
Better go find it then.
Yeah, needs to go find it. I cannot deal with any more technical pauses, RBY. I can't anymore.
What about tactical pauses?
Tactical pauses I love, honestly. I think you've
actually so excited.
Genuinely, you brought me onto a topic that I like to talk about, because the tactical pause is one of the things that's super important, or one of the things that I find super important, is that they're called at the right time. And all too often in university esports, we see players, not purchasing the weapons, or not buying the weapons, and then calling a tactical timeout, right? Being on an eco round and saying, we're going to call the tactical timeout now because we've just lost. That's the wrong way to use a tactical timeout as far as I'm concerned. It's just not right. You should have strategies already prepared for when you're on kind of USPs or Glocks or Deagles or whatever it might be. But what you should be thinking of is calling the timeout before the gun round starts. That's where you need to have it. You need to slow down on your pistol round, think about how you're going to play it, maybe use that pistol round as a quasi timeout, then going into the next one, that's where you call the timeout. That's where you want to get it in.
Yeah.
Because all too often we see teams not use it, or they call it at the wrong times. And that's kind of almost its own play, that because these teams usually are in kind of puggy environments, they're not used to kind of strong team cores. They're not like, because these guys are university colleagues. They're not playing together all the time in tournaments as these teams. They usually have individual careers outside of this. So that's really the spot that I like to see improved. I like to see the players kind of bringing up, because they don't generally have that in their kind of day-to-day as a team together.
Yeah, and one thing I don't see at all is, despite the fact that this is probably one of the few things that does carry on, even through transcending throughout all levels of competition, is the mental side. You don't see very many mental timeouts, not ones to exploit your enemies, that after an absolutely brutal round, calling a timeout just to let them stew in it, or even just or if you're on the other side of that one, so that you can calm yourself down, keep your players in check, keep your emotions down. And it's obviously we can't tell exactly what the emotions are of these players, because we can't see the chat where they might be showing a little bit. And basically, we can only just see how they're acting in the game, really. And obviously, we don't have cameras set up in their home, as far as you know.
That's the second menacing thing you said tonight. Just hunting people. Now we're talking about cameras in the players' homes. I'd be concerned.
I said as far as you know.
If I was some of the people, I mean, my word. But I will say, kind of some of these players as well. They will be good outside of kind of these teams. Be good. They will have teams outside of these teams. Yeah. That is to say, some of them will play together more regularly. Usually, the teams that have the best cohesion, the best strats, are the ones that kind of are the ones that don't have other teams outside of it, that do play together as one unit. But I'm hearing in my ear that this break might be just a little bit protracted once again. In this kind of two best of ones that we've had tonight, we're getting a lot of breaks.
His internet was too fast. It ran away too far.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to throw to a break, but we will be back in just a few minutes. We'll see you then. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Newell. We are back with Half Natty Head Tappers versus Super Cali after a very small break. Super Cali coming into this one with a full buy. Half Natty Head Tappers with 2 rounds to the good are going to be the ones that push in towards middle. Cat drop very much aptly dropped. Kip Ray as well getting that kill on towards May. Half Natty Head Tappers 2 rounds up, but 2 players down.
Oh no! Taken down mid-jump Psyduck. And this 8 players kind of falling flat, as is the mid-play. This Legan on position in Tetris and traded quick. Zero stack too far away. And a lot of players to find right in front of him. Okay, Haxton. On first. And over the smoke, Kaz gets a triple kill. Super Cali on there first.
I think when we were talking about if this is going to be a puggy game or a tactical game, and smokes in middle and long pushes, it seems like Half Natty Head Tappers just want this to be puggy. They want to go for the head taps.
Yeah,
they kind of always have had that style. I mean, you can't really be surprised by it when you see the name of the team. Lancaster University have always had this sort of style to them. Drop, trying to get that kill in middle. Kaz, once again, coming out on top. Drop down to 10 HP. Won't care when he does get that kill. Surastack hoping to find the trade in towards the B apartments, whether he does find it or not. He will be
by Kaz.
Sorry, Stydak, though. Let's get the headshot through the smoke on Kaz again. Was the player down on only 10 HP, so it didn't matter so much. But Surastack getting that kill on B is going to be very important. Barmer dying on short to Ligan. With a quick one, Half Natty Head Tappers planting the bomb, and I think this is going to be how the rounds go from here on out. Half Natty Head Tappers just aggressive, pushing in towards middle, pushing in towards B, trying to attack them on all angles, and Super Cali caught unaware.
Oh, by accident as well. Psyduck with 2. Kind of ridiculous. Okay, he's going to get a trump for a third. Kip. What's that? Okay, that was...
Oh, no.
How did... that's just... Is that intentional? How did that... He just watched that Molotov fly and he was just like, well, guess I'm done.
Guess that's me finished. Yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes you watch them, you think, what are they thinking? When they stand in it, I guess he thought maybe the player would swing a little bit earlier, get the headshot, and then die. But yeah, I mean, it's just aggressive. A nice smoke in middle as well. Look at that. Beautiful observing. You see the smoke down in T-spawn, covering off the bomb in case they do want to drop it.
Look, it's the Half Natty Head Tappers, not the highly intellectual Head Tappers.
That's a good point. The solid smoke knowledge head tap.
Oh my god, Cass!
Ooh, Cass! Gifted that one. Zero stack not ready for it and gets a second on Psyduck. Half Natty caught out, pants down by Kaz, who only takes 12 HPs with the damage. A player down within 30 seconds.
But the
Super Cali dangerous.
The shift has gone perfectly for the Head Tappers, though. Towards the site with only 1 player on it. The rotation's coming in now, but Marma, a big jump, and Drop will put him. We'll send him in his resignation. His P45. You're fired, mate. And Axon looking for more chances of 1 taps, but not given anything. There it is. Give him enough, and finally, Drop's head taken, and Slip Furs finding another as well. Now Mai's left on their own. Having trouble running out of bullets, and Kaz will finish them off, and somehow Super Cali will clinch it out. Oh, the time on the bomb is, I think, fine.
Yeah, absolutely fine. There's no chance they don't get this one. They probably had enough time to defuse it twice.
I don't usually have the music on, and so when I hear the music, it makes me feel tense.
Shocks you, yeah. It catches me out a bit as well. I've got the AWOL Nation music kit, and yeah, just a different time.
Oh,
we've got that on. It's a good kit. I like it. But, yeah, it doesn't really matter. We're talking about CSGO, not AWOL Nation. Half Natty. They're against an AWP this time, and only a Tech 9 on Psyduck. I'm sure he'll mind that one. I'm sure he won't be too pleased with it. Certainly won't be too pleased as May dies.
Bye, May. Towards
a ramp, and as well, Drop dies in mid. Quick kills going in favour of Super Cali.
Yeah, Drop. I'm assuming not the one recently taken off of Furia. I think this is a different one.
It could be the same player.
It could be the same one. He could have come from Brazil. The opposite of come to Brazil.
I think Drop's about the age as well.
Yeah, he's really young.
He's
really young.
Yeah.
So
19.
Yeah, I feel like it's not him if he's got 3 kills, but you never know.
Could just be having a rough game, I think.
Maybe, yeah. It's 3v5. Pushing into A. Kaz trapped on the stairs. Nothing to be seen on that side, but there we are. Does find it, and only damage found by the teams. No kills yet, and Kaz is a walking machine of death. As Sididak, I'll try to say his name really weirdly there. Decided. Haxton will finish.
You were the one that said it right the first time as well. I honestly, I read that name and went, I don't know how to read
it's
this.
It's because the numbers this time.
It gets very confusing when they've got that. As a man that has numbers in his name myself, I mean, only a single number, but when it's already Sidak with a P at the start, it just catches you off guard.
You put a silent really P in their own name. Come on.
Yeah, really. Just wanting us to get his name wrong. You do something like that.
Zero Stack's not that much better, though. At least it's pronounceable. It just looks weird. But it's kind of cool. It's like sci-fi. Anyways. Oh, Haxton's playing Whack-A-Mole. Let's find one.
I don't know what I'm watching there. That is some premium CS League. Gonna be given a headshot in middle. What was that?
They're alternating jumping up. You can't write this.
Some of the things we see in UK Uni CS, I mean, wow. Super Cali, they pull ahead for the first time. And almost seeing completely different styles of play from last game versus this one.
Yeah.
Half Natty Head Tappers always taking initiative, always pushing, always trying to get those kills, hardly playing passive.
Hell, I don't think we're really seeing Super Cali save. Certainly not the Head Tappers. Oh no! But Kaz with one! Kept right from the back with his up and finding another headshot, sorry. Legan escapes the Tetris and Super Cali doing pretty bloody well.
Very well. All pushed as well by Kaz, who's unfortunately died at the moment, but 12 and 4. The rest of his teammates all performing, but not quite to the same level. Kipray and Haxton, very much so. Slippers and Marmot, not really been given the room. But of course, you have to remember that when a player's going 12 and 4, 7 rounds in, you're not really always going to be able to get all the kills. That smoke dropped over to help the players push and maybe pick up that bomb, just waiting for the util to fly out, hoping that they can maybe catch Super Cali using just that little bit too much, but not spotting anyone. Picks up the bomb. The 2 players opt to stay towards the A bomb site, which is really bold of them not to rotate towards the B site. 3 players here as well. 3 players occupying this angle. Super Cali watching it almost as if they haven't pushed up at all. Kipray could be caught by surprise by the player that peeks out, but just poor timing for the T side. Doesn't quite work out in their favour. Legan does trade his team. Actually does get 2, but the AUE of Haxton shuts him down, swapping on towards that site. Super Cali, they increase that deficit that Half Natty Head Tappers are feeling to 2. And they look strong playing in the CT.
Jeez, that was one pre-fire off of being one of the most ridiculous sequences you'll ever see from Legion. But the double up coming to fruition for Super Cali. Kipray finding a lot of kills on the defense, and Haxton there to finish off as well, leaving them just on pistols, Head Tappers.
Very aggressive. Just opting to push on towards the A bomb site was really something. In that situation, Sidak as well loses out in that situation. Does do a lot of damage to Marmot. Slippers getting that kill. Haxton as well getting 1 on drops. This
He just one Deacon up.
I think he did.
My God.
Spots a player as well in connector. The bomb is dropped really open and wide. Oh, not the bomb, rather the AUE. So Marmot's going to have to do some heavy lifting to pick it up, and taking so much damage that has to be traded by his teammate in Kaz. It's Siristak in a 1 versus 3. He knew that he was in mid before, but not holding the angle, not watching it. He can just shift up through connector and might catch the players out pushing through jungle. There is a player looking towards him. He does spot them, but they don't see him in this position. And Eagle just whiffing those shots, but finally does get the kill on towards Kitbray. Knows that the player, I think, pushed through Murder Hole.
Bomb's still top mid. 30 seconds.
Oh, Sirastack with 30 seconds left on the clock. He has to find both kills in this situation. Realistically, that's a kill on Cass. There's only one player left in Slippers, who's just playing on short. 22 seconds left in the round. I think Slippers knows where the bomb is dropped, but Sirastack going to have to rush through fast in towards connector. I don't know if he's going to check on short. He absolutely does, but doesn't look in time. The player just slowly shifting out. Might well catch him out as he starts to shoot, but missing the shots. The bomb's going to get planted. Sirastack somehow gets it down, and in a post-plant situation with an AWP, how's he got away with this?
How did he get around the corner and how did he survive the spray? He didn't even flood the smoke. Slippers had the angle. And now it comes down to this. Warning from CT. Oh, but the smoke will cut him off. What the timing? Pushes in before it and Sirastack will win it out.
A 1 versus 3, taking advantage of the CT hold. They just miss exactly where he's coming from. Half Natty head tappers, they had no right to take that round. The weaponry wasn't good enough. And losing 2 players to 4? Super Cali absolutely should have finished that one off, but Half Natty, they work around it. More importantly, Sirastack works around it, knows exactly where to position himself.
Oh god, they're just running towards that B.
Go through that hold. Super Cali do eventually lose it. They can reset those. Slippers, the player that unfortunately lost the 1 versus 1 last time, rather 3 versus 1 for Sirastack.
Yeah, an experienced, reliable player, but you can't do them all, but you hope that you do those ones, surely. And now into B they go. Slippers given a chance for a redemption. 2 on the defense and 2 left in Van. Well, now only 1. Sidak, many headshots to find. The first onto Kaz. Now hiding round the angle, spots the other on short. Knows another one's in shop. And Oxton found as well. And how many bullets left in his AK? And he's even broken the feed, I think.
Oh no!
He's done
perfect.
I think he's dead, but because he's on 1 HP on this. But
1 HP, and you can see his crosshair placement. But I think we might have lost our feed at this point. Just another one in a little bit of a thing of delays. I think we might switch to cameras in just a second. But yeah, Half Natty head tappers undeniably, probably, well, more than likely lost that one to Super Cali. You're assuming that it's 6-4. You can see on your screen just the position of those. That AK wasn't really good enough. We will be jumping back into the game in just a second, but instead we're going to be seeing ourselves. AUE, what are you thinking of this Super Cali Half Natty game so far?
I'm terrified. I'm just absolutely terrified. They're half natty head tappers, but they're 100% nutty head tappers. They're absolute nuts. He can't find the headshot. Okay, this round a little more sane. Just the 1 kill off of I think a half by sort of thing going on. Oh, another headshot found onto Kaz. And yeah, they'll finish it off. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, so it was, just to reiterate, it was Super Cali that won the round before in that 1 versus 3 situation for the Half Natty head tappers. This time they couldn't close it out, and once again, Super Cali take that one as well. So they've won the previous 2 just after that feed went out. Important to note that Super Cali did take the round before.
I'll drop on the AWP this time. Might get a chance to deal, or she'll... Okay, so 1 win there, and oh my goodness, Kaz was not expecting that in the slightest. Does manage the headshot. And so much focus towards mid, but Marma going down on the boost, and... Oh my goodness. Didn't have too much success earlier after he had tappers, but suddenly this mid play working out so well. Slippers on their own, and oh my god. In the blink of an eye, they're going Team Ace for half natty head tappers. You know what happened there?
Called attack as well. They have to take the second.
Like, what?
I will say, I remember before when I was saying when to call the timeouts, I'm not sure if that is the... actually, you know what?
No.
Haxton's going to have to force buy. Slippers is going to have to force buy. Kitbray can buy as well. You know what? I don't actually hate this one from Super.
Yeah, no, this is
figuring out the buy.
Yeah, this is a figure out what do we do to this round so that is best for the next few rounds, because there's only a few rounds left in this half. What's the optimal play? Can we force this? And the answer is yes, apparently. By Haxton up. And
I think
we'll
that's
see how it goes.
probably the play as well. I do like that choice to you know, kind of put it all almost on one player. I like it better if he can hit that shot.
Yeah, he
missing
knew
an
Drop was gonna
opportunity
be
to go a player up.
aggressive. He knew he was going to do it again. Oh my god, find Zero Stack for a smoke. Okay, that's redemption. Kipray finding another as well to Sidak, and now the investment looking to reworking out. Drop spotted in the connector as well. The rush not working out so well. T's finally finding a kill, but traded quick, and yeah, this buy seeming to be turning out well for CT side. Slippers closing in on poor old Drop. Or not, he was she's gone past him, but he's gonna hear the footsteps, so it's okay.
I think we can predict this. Almost every single time we can predict which team's going to win or who's going to take the rounds. It's almost going in the opposite way. You'd think that Half Natty Head Tappers would fall apart, or would take this one against the half buy, but Super Cali have taken it after a nice kill there by Haxton. The AUE coming in useful. 2 kills for him in that one. One of them through a smoke too, and then the final one at the end that we all witnessed. 2 AUEs picked up for the Super Cali guys. They're opting to double AUE. I don't know exactly where they're playing. I think Kipray's playing on short, the other one's playing in middle, so I mean, very much posted up towards mid, but Half Natty Head Tappers, they're going to abuse B, they're going to push in quick. Slippers waiting in the wings, 7 and 8 so far, and has picked up a few as they push forward on towards the B side. Mama as well from short, able to help him out, but Liggins gets that nice kill on towards Slip, and Kipray training out his teammate and helping that kill on Sidak. A 3 versus 4 with only a Mac 10 in the hands of May. Half Natty Head Tappers are falling apart as the CT side are starting to push in, but there's nothing. You can't discount them when Sirostak's still alive. He's picked up a clutch already, and he's got to hope to pick up more. 2 versus 3 all of a sudden. The players on the AK-47's dangerous, hiding in and around this bench position. Kaz now pushing forward, hoping to find one, and there we go. Super Cali, they take it 9-5. The first half not over yet, but Super Cali pushing towards that 10-5 scoreline on the CT side.
Yeah, artillery strike onto the bench position to clear it out, and Shadow Stack a little easier to clear out once there's only one. So, thankfully no shenanigans this time round, though still could have been dangerous if they weren't so careful, but Marma staying alive all that time was the key. They could not have the space on the site, and now Kipray. Oh, the space in mid he needs! Okay, never mind, Sidak has headshots for days. So, shut down very quick. Marvin looking for a shot back. And Jesus Christ, Sidak, the movement, he's just so dynamic. Haxton going down as well. Traded quick, but they're so sick playing together. Half Natty Head Tappers. And now Slipper's left alone. As Marma is found as well.
I actually can't believe
the pace.
The team finding the kills in the way they are. I mean, now they know where Slippers is at least. They do know the position he's going.
Oh my god.
Letting him rest. They take it 9-6 in favour of Super Cali. A good half from them. Very well to come back into it. Half Natty Head Tappers with the final round of the half, though. You can see the scoreboard there. Just how well some of the players are. Maybe how poorly some of the others are doing. Because I think you never really like to highlight the poor performances. Of course, the players are all good, and they know what they're doing. They're all solid players, but Drop and May just falling apart a little bit. 4 and 12, both of them, kind of helped along by the 4 players around them that are performing so well, almost as many rounds as kills on a lot of them. And yeah, especially since Drop, I believe, is playing on the AUE. Going to need to show up going into the second half and almost segment it. First half was one thing, second half is where I come alive. CT side is my half, because Half Natty Head Tappers, they only really have a chance if all 5 players start playing to the full potential.
Yeah, okay. Pulls just before the start of the piss around to just draw it out a little bit more and put the doubts in their mind, and so quick onto the A site, just leaking there. Drop coming just to support. They're all rotating in, but they've all swarmed in. The position too strong. Legan run down. And CT might be becoming T right now, as it's an absolute massacre.
Say that, it's a 3 versus 3. The 3 players that were coming in from T side are now flashed off. Barmer trying to get these kills, but they both pick them up. Siristak and Drop finding them. It's only Kaz left. And Half Nutty Head Tappers turn this one round with the push through CT. Kaz finds one, hoping to find the second one. The bomb not planted for him, though. Has to sprint forward, and Sidak shuts him off. Drop defusing the bomb. I think he has a kit too.
Yeah.
Half Nutty Head Tappers. They take a 7th. Super Cali, they look destined for that one, but tried to push it towards CT without any flashes, without the assists, and swinging wide on that one. Half Nutty Head Tappers take advantage. Super Cali, even though they look so good in the latter stages of the first half, or the middle stage of the first half, Half Nutty Head Tappers continue it how they did at the end.
Yeah, they even got off a flash, but then blocked a player in who ended up dying, and then they couldn't get another trade frag, and it was absolute chaos in that second attempt of the CT fight. It just happened that everyone was rotating in through that. Smoke a little late, but enough to get me to control. As the other 3 players go towards the apartments, Legan with the other jump spot, and does survive, does find the info, and does get back to the site. But surrounded, and always Kipray with 2. Mai trying to head in from the back, but kills all going... Oh, never mind. Suddenly shifted into a 2v2. Drop in such a good position. Sidak finding another, though. And now Kaz up against it. FAMAS versus Mac 10. The range is enough. Sidak finding the tight angle and winning it out on the second round for the Head Tappers again.
Whew, that one was close. Super Cali really taking that one down to the wire. The Force doing good work for them, and the bomb plant as well will basically allow them to buy into this one too. They really shouldn't be going as aggressive as they are, but I think they realise that they can maybe catch the Half Natty Head Tappers out if they do. I mean, it's aggressive for Galils and an AK-47, hoping that they can just push on towards a site fast, because this utility doesn't allow them a fake. It doesn't allow them to pick and choose between it. The smokes go down, the flashes go in, hoping that the Half Natty guys aren't able to deter them with the utility they have themselves. And, well, they absolutely aren't. Kaz picking up that first kill. The bomb already going down as well. 4 players coming in from towards Connector. But Super Cali have basically got CT all together at this point.
Drop absolutely taken down for the smoke, somehow just clinging on to life, but this retake, a tall task. So passive for Super Cali now, and yeah, they can't dig them out. They've just got to head out, or are they going around for another? No, they don't have the time. They can't do this, though they might get some exits. Holding.
That push shouldn't have worked for Super Cali. They shouldn't have been allowed to push onto the site as aggressively as they have. I just don't understand how that's happened.
They just got a kill for the smoke, and then suddenly turns out everyone was on the Connector side.
Half Natty, I think, just should have taken a note out of their own book almost. The pushes through CT. Super Cali didn't know what to do last time it happened. I know that it feels more comfortable to come from jungle, more comfortable to come from stairs, because you kind of can isolate the fights just that little bit better. Oh my god, he's already pushed up! I didn't even realise he's killed Drop already, the orb's dropped, and Super Cali, they're playing it almost like Half Natty did. They're just pushing quick. They're going so fast on towards the site.
He's gonna nade him!
Almost like that Major with Virtus Pro versus Astralis. They're just pushing towards the B bomb site. Ligon goes down, and this is the B towards Super Cali. They're going to push in, try and pick up some kills, but flashed off. The player pushing forward. Super Cali picking up more and more and more. Siristak trying to bail his team out. It's a 2 versus 3 with Haxton so low, but Super Cali already have the B bomb site. The bomb's already down. It's already halfway detonated.
Yeah, that round happened. That's all I can say. Like, Drop was like, okay, I've got a little time utility. Okay, I've done my jump. Oh, what the fuck? Why is that player 2 meters from me? And yeah, that was the end of his career.
And he was. He's going to have to revive it in the game.
Chance for... Oh my god, Slippers lives on 1 HP?
Just Haxton things there. Taxton things. I kind of can't believe that Half Natty Head Tappers have dissolved the way they have in this. I mean, like, not overall, of course, but just these rounds where Super Cali are pushing fast, you should be able to get these kills. This should be really standard, easy ones to pick up. These frags where they're pushing through smokes, when they're just running through Molotovs.
Oh, no chance here. AK's towards mid. Hearing all the steps, all the jumping. Paxton an easy kill from Zero Stack. From below. Finds 2. Flash is good. Can't find the 3rd. Psyduck there to help, though. And, yeah, these 2 Super Cali players not really in position to do anything, not playing together right now. Kipre and Slippers isolated from each other. And sites are covered as well, so no real gaps to exploit. They will reconvene. But Mai just sitting in Firebox. Sort of ensure. Oh, never mind, he's actually moving out. To Ninja? Ninja. Yes!
I think this is a solid spot, considering the positioning of the Super Cali guys. If they do burst onto the site, he can probably find one, which he likely wouldn't have been able to get if he was in Firebox.
Oh, no.
See him, the Molotov. Is they gonna catch him? No, they throw it under the wood. Drop as well, getting that kill on towards Slippers. Player on the P250 pushing forward, peeking in. Kipre just find that kill. Maze troubles extended, but a unsurprising victory considering how Super Cali were pushing into a site with 3 players there. Half Natty Head Tappers. They take it, and once again, the team on the worst buy somehow win the round.
It's just how Counter-Strike works. You should know this by now.
It's honestly, it's how casting works. Whenever you think a team's going to take it, without a doubt, every single time the other team win.
Be us! Be us! Go, B, no stop, no stop!
And rush B, they do. It's almost like they can hear you. 5 players running out into the CT stack. 2 players picked off quick. Liggett as well, getting that kill onto Slippers.
And this is why you don't listen to my calls.
He does get traded out in the end, trying to find these kills onto short. But 3 players in this position. Kaz, he's not ready for them. He needs to win a 1 versus 4. Finds one, hoping to find a second. Not allowed to. May from short Super Cali, the rush B. It's just not good enough. It's just shut down. Half Natty Head Tappers, they've got the aim. They've got the skill. More importantly, they've got the round.
It just doesn't work out of apartments usually unless you have, like, you luck out with the positioning. Yeah, that's why I'm not an in-game leader. Don't listen to me.
That and you being MG1, right?
Yeah, that's the other reason. That's the reason I should be an in-game leader. I shouldn't be anything but an in-game leader, but sadly... Oh my god, drop! Take it out of this world! Kipre just still running forward with that eagle. Okay, sanity has been returned. Marma finding another kill and trying to get the bomb down. Yeah, okay. 11-11.
Thank God. A standard, normal round. 2 players get killed. Super Cali, they rush out with pistols. They're not allowed to take advantage. Not this time.
I didn't see exactly where he came from. I'm hoping to God Kipre was from... came from, fucking... Well, the palace, that's the word I was looking for. I completely forgot the positions. I hope he came from palace and not, ramp, because if drop got 1 deek from ramp, that would have been absolutely absurd. Psyduck playing very aggro up towards ramp, though. Speaking of that position. Very wary is Kipre as well. Not to make contact. And does find it as well.
Kill. Psyduck ends up dying. Does a heap of damage onto Kipre though. 14 HP left on the player. Mama taken out by May as well in middle, but still 1 player to the good, the T side. The information for Half Natty Head Tappers isn't quite there. The Molotov do so much damage on towards Sirostak as well, just shifting forward. It's too slow and down on only 29 HP.
He got stuck trying to get on the ladder. He got stuck on the bit of scaffolding. That was still
this game being 11-11 compared to the last one, just again with the aggression, it's gone so much quicker. It's almost like 5 rounds gone in the previous one because they've been so aggro. Drop, jumping up on top of the ticket booth. Finds one and he's going for another, but Slippers isn't going to let that one stand. Not this time. Biggin pushing forward, does actually get that kill, but Kaz trades him out. It's only 1 player left, and again, always been a player up, the Super Cali guys. After that first kill, it's Sirostak, the 1 guy that's left. He might
Yeah,
be saving.
saving.
He's just running into the B apps. Smart play from Half Natty Head Tappers. I think the first save, or maybe the second save we've seen all game. So very much appreciated from my point of view, I've got to be honest.
Nah. Gotta go for all of them, man. You fail 100% of the clutches you don't attempt.
Well, I guess that's true. I guess, but it's yeah. Sometimes you have to save. I think it was really James that's made that as popular.
He's innovated. He's innovated in many ways, James.
Yeah, he looks like Jesus for one.
Yeah, that's not exactly innovation.
I guess that's repeating.
I'm pretty sure Jesus made that innovation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess he's kind of repeating. You know what?
Yeah.
Just copies the trends. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but
I don't know where you're going.
just might have stolen saving as well. That's what I'm saying. But pushing in towards middle. 4 Super Cali guys. It's just been so good. Just a rush every single round.
You didn't steal it from these two teams. I can tell you that much. Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's one player that saved one round. Half Natty Head Tappers. They're just shutting it down.
Is Drop just in the middle? Drop was in the middle of mid, and then Kaz has just walked out of apartments and found 2 kills. Okay. It's been shut down. Haxton against 3. Okay, this is back to normalcy relatively.
Just Haxton left. You say back to normalcy. He's going to find 2 kills pushing forward, then going to weave his way onto the A bomb site without seeing the other player, and then it's just going to be a nightmare to watch because the players are going to somehow be completely unaware of one another. With the way this has been going, he's just sprint out onto a site and find kills.
Sirsak's vulnerable, actually. If he does go forwards mid, though, he's yeah, he's not that confident. Thankfully, for my brain and your brain, I don't think we could take it anymore.
Yeah, I kind of need to see a save here. I have to. It's starting to explode. Watching just every single round be, oh my god, players just pushing so fast. Every single one. It weighs on you.
Like, why is Drop in the middle of mid getting 2 kills with an op? With like no utility. There's like there's T-side utility, and then there's like nothing from the ZD side, but he's in the middle of mid, firing off an AWP and getting 2 kills. I don't understand how that happens. Seriously, actually, no, he's still scared. He's like, oh, he might be Palace. You gotta nade it just in case.
Yeah, I think kind of. Usually, you see players once the timer goes out, and you know if you do this at home, just a word to you. Usually, when the timer goes out, players will start moving if they're saving, and there's no reason why. They're just holding an angle. As soon as the timer disappears and there's kind of that post-round moment, they will start moving around, and no one really has any idea why. Well played by Haxton just to stay in place. Drop, he's pushed. He's pushed. He gets the kill on Haxton. The player didn't have the money coming into this round. He's lost $0 he has now just because he's died on that AWP. He, of course, will get the loss bonus into the next one, but it's hardly any money whatsoever. And Super Cali, they've lost the player that did have the AWP. Of course, Kaz on the half armor is allowed to pick that one up. Half Natty don't push so aggressively. Super Cali dangerously close to losing this one, and their teammate will not be able to buy in the next one if they do.
You can see how desperate they were for that AWP as well. Then it got set on fire, and they had to smoke it. They were just trying to grab it. Thankfully, return to T-Hands, and Mai discovers that they're still around in mid, and backs off, rightfully so. Oh. That's a good volley. But now quieter. Not much real opportunity. Super Cali this round. Anymore off of the picks. Drop. And Mai. Get Ray. Still probing. Still jumping around. Nothing out of the pre-fire, and Mai will capitalize. And 20 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, it's another save.
A smart save though. The player in Haxton. Is it a smart? Yeah. Kaz can buy an AK, and Haxton could be dropped the AWP. So it's certainly the save to go for as well. Slippers picking up the AK-47. He can buy armor. He can buy full util. So as long as Half Natty don't get the kills after time. Oh no.
Oh, there it is!
No.
Absolute brutality!
No.
The perfect push!
I can't even commentate over that in an excited way. That is just sad. That is just sad.
Don't worry, I take joy in their misery, so I can be excited about it.
And I think only my producer can see this, but my head is in my hands. Super Cali, and he was trying so hard he's even spoke to my ear. Yeah, you can see it. It's they are just so unlucky for them being pushed like that. Drop as well, getting the kill just before the flash comes over.
Headshots that Kipri does, I
getting
swear
that
to
kill
God.
on May as well, pushing forward. Kaz gets one on drop two. The AWP's been lost. The AWP's actually in the hands of the T side. Kaz has got hold of it.
No!
Isn't found. Mama on 31 HP. Kaz and Mama, 2 players left in the 2 versus 2. Super Cali, I was talking about how sad it was that the players weren't going to save in towards this one, but well, they've got the weapons almost as if they has. Kaz on 9 HP, it doesn't matter if he picks up the kills. 1 bullet, 2 bullets, doesn't really care. Without armor, any amount to the body would
Look at him
be
creeping around with
bad
his
for him.
ops scoped up.
He kind of has to, right?
Yeah, he has to.
just
It's
shift
crazy.
forward.
Yeah, he has to shift forward. He can't unscope. So okay, there we go. He's a bit too far. He's far enough now that surely no one heard him unscope. So he's okay, and actually is cleared out the B bomb site. Silverstack can't really stop this from the side that he's on. Marma with free passage, and yeah, Legan's checking now, but it's too little, too late. Cass got fast. It's completely unanticipated. I think he just barely heard something there. And timing does not favor him. Kaz finds the shot, and now Legan. 1 versus 2. They're so low. But he'll actually opt to save. And Super Cali will somehow find their way in off of the back of headshots and missed shots from Sidak. Absolute absurdity coming out again and again in this match.
I will call this game one thing. From start to finish, it has been nonsense. Both teams are winning rounds. They shouldn't. Half natty head tappers just not holding in the manner they should against the buy. They knew they were going to be against 2 players. Didn't have armor. When you're against those, the 2 players had died rather after time. When you're against that, when you know that they're not going to be able to buy, you have to play a more passive hold. You have to almost allow the players to push forward because your retakes are going to be easier. It's going to be nicer pushing forward. It's going to be. You're less likely to get punished for silly plays because the T side is always either going to rush or try and play a smart, nice headshot game with the Deagles. And they just allowed that to happen to themselves. They're pushing. No, Slippers, he's going to face into 2. Does actually get that kill on May, and underpass. And the player that's stuck here, Stack does find that kill on Slippers in the end. The players are going to be keeping their eager beaver eyes all over him. 2 in apartments who are now rotating towards middle. They were hoping for the player to continue sprinting forwards, but half nuts head tappers. They've got to play a stuck underpass at this point. Sirostak, he has to swing out. He has to be assisted by his team, and he gets that kill through a flash assist.
Oh,
his
perfect.
teammate drop Mama. Paxton as well dies in a palace, and Super Cali, they're in a 2 versus 4.
Yeah, it suddenly all falls apart. Great team play. And drop. Well, taken out. Has found the angle, but Sidak wants revenge for the missed shots, does not want to repeat them from the site. And Kaz left against 3. Holding with the AWP as well. And smoked off. Oh, it'll kind of land on him.
I think the smoke might be
or it's like
a little bit deep. It's kind of bad.
It's a bit bad.
It's just far too deep. Can be played around. Half natty. I mean, they're just pushing. They don't care. There's no regard for the ability of the player that they're playing against. Sidak punished forward as well. He's just pushing forward.
So
they are far away. They're now rotating in, but they can be taken advantage of in the 1 versus 1. The bomb comes out at the wrong time. Sirostak getting that kill, but no respect for one another. These 2 teams, they're just facing.
Oh my goodness. Imagine if he stayed scoped in that little bit longer. Oh no. So many chances given that don't need to be given, really. Not at all. Anyways, here on AK from Marma. Let's see what the hero can do. A missed shot from Drop.
How's he not been punished running backwards? The players just aren't looking at him. He's missing these shots in middle. They're still missing them. Still not getting these kills, at least supported by his teammate Slippers. Pushing through that smoke is punished for his transgressions.
Zero stack. Oh no! That's a massive frag. Legan left. Holding from Van. Norris shots from Drop. Can't find anything. The spray runs out of bullets. Tries to go after the pistol, and the kills there even somehow. Paxton kind of left on his own now. Just a deagle, but in such a good position they can't anticipate this. But can't find the headshot. And half many head tappers, despite absolute chaos, managed to clinch it out. 12 and 13 HP on their players. But that is 50. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh my god. I don't know what to say at this point. They're just having fun.
I'm enjoying myself.
It almost feels like they're just here to have a good time, because they're not doing any really over-the-top strategies. They are just playing CS. It almost feels like a level 10 Face It Pug at this point, with all of them just peeking into angles, trying to get the fights, and well,
Jesus Christ,
it's working for them.
Oh my god, that works out. Drop somehow gets that kill on the Slippers, and that's a good start. And oh, he's feeling it now. Paxton walking into it as well, and Drop, he won't stop. He won't stop. Okay, never mind, he stopped. The smoke has stopped him.
It's his own teammate Smoke as well, but in a way it bailed him out. He has been pushing so aggressively in the past into these angles, trying to get the kills, and so Super Cali, I mean, as soon as the smoke goes, he's trying to do it, but Super Cali, they can take advantage of plays like that smartly. Starts to shift away and back away. Half Natty continuing 2 players on the site, but now kind of over-eager rotates coming through. Still, this bomb is towards the A ramp. Super Cali certainly have a chance.
Taking it slow now. They're sneaking in. Timing, though. They didn't spot the bomb. How did he... Okay, finds that headshot, and... Okay, and suddenly kills go their way. 2 entries. The jungle player is set on fire and shot up. A fake to try and lure out the CT player, but there is no CT player. Just Legan and Surostat coming from the connector side. Deep in Palace's Kaz. And oh, Legan finds one, and vulnerable is Kip right now. Sneaking out of firebox, but finding a headshot. Giving time for Kaz to reposition, and now Negan in the clutch.
4 HP, RBY. 4 HP and 22 for Kaz. Super Cali given an opening by the over-eager rotates from Half Natty. And even though they're on match point, the money's not good. The weapons aren't going to be good coming into this one. Super Cali have every chance of making this 2 overtime best of ones in a row.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of that this round, it seems. Ours was that last one we had was not even the longest. In that round. Oh my god, Zero Stack, what the fu- Okay. Okay, he just ran up there and he's out. Okay. You know what? Sure. Sure. You do that, Zero Stack. You didn't even have time to grab the weapon. He just ran away. What is that?
I don't know, RBY. I don't know.
Zach, help me.
He's still lingering as well. He's still in underpass. Kaz, very cognizant that the player might still be there, but no players towards B. All 5 towards mid and the A bomb site. Now starting to rotate over the players in middle as well. So
oh my god, it's
another one pushing up middle, just running in. Legan watching the players sprint out as well. Has the smoke down, hoping to pick one off with this deagle. The one headshot is maybe going to be able to catch somebody out. The smoke.
Okay, fire.
Is able to protect his teammate though. Start getting yet another headshot. He's having such a good game so far. The spray comes through. Slippers trying to spray him down, but Drop gets that kill with the scout. And even though the weapons are bad, Super Cali, they fall at the very last hurdle. 16-14 for Half Natty head tappers. The players just trying to kill each other, just having a good time. 16-14 is going to be the final score. These guys have won and are definitely going through to the top 8, to that double elimination bracket. Good job by them.
Well, if they defuse this, I'm scared they won't. There we are.
A very good point. I mean, we've seen it before, right, where teams, usually at LAN, don't defuse the bomb. In fact, that happened at Epic LAN, I think. The most recent Epic LAN, I believe that occurred. But, yeah, great job from that team, Half Natty Head Tappers. Lancaster University to take that one. I believe we'll be having an interview as well in just a second with one of the players to make sure and question him about his victory. But what did you make of that one, RBY?
I have a lot of questions for him. That's all I can make out from this. I can't make anything of that. What was that?
Yeah, I mean, big questions around some of the eco rounds, exactly how they played it, because it was just pushing and pugging almost in that one. I know some of these players train together. I think probably going to be a question I'm going to ask them is, do you guys train together? Because some of that very much felt like just players all going into a server together and having a good time, because it didn't really feel like anything tactical was really going. Very standard smokes coming out. And yeah, in stark contrast to that first game where both teams were passive, playing slowly, trying to get those kills on either side of the maps. Almost too passive, to be honest, in that first series. So I think Super Cali almost kind of equally matched going into that one in 16-14. It really is the kind of beautiful kind of nature of that best of one series, is that either team can win it at any point. We are going to have an interview, but first I believe we're going to go to just a little bit of a break while the player does start to get ready. So we will be right back in a second. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Amazon University Esports with myself, Zakarawanya, and RBY. We've just seen a win from Half Natty Head Tappers against Super Cali to guarantee that Half Natty Head Tappers go through to the final 8, I should say, in the double elimination bracket. We are, of course, finished with our CS for tonight. But we have an interview coming up with one of our players in here, or rather, the coach of the Half Natty Head Tappers. So we're going to have him on screen in just a second, RBY. I know you've got a few questions that you're itching to ask of these guys, so hopefully we're able to find them out in just a sec.
I have many questions after that.
Oh, well, there we go. Hi, Bewit. How are you doing after that win? How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's pretty good, to be honest. I don't know how important that win was. I think we might have needed it to qualify, so it's good that we managed to clutch up in the end. But yeah, we just had a fun game overall. I don't know if you saw at the end some team kills, some interesting plays to say the least, but it was enjoyable.
I'm gonna just stop you there. Sorry, Bewit. Unfortunately, at the moment, we can't actually hear you.
Oh fuck!
No,
there we go. It's got you.
Hello. Is that okay now?
Yeah, sorry about that. We've caught you now. I'll just test that one again. How are you feeling coming into after that game, going into the double elimination?
I mean, yeah, it was a super fun game to play. It was I don't know how important the game was. I think we might have needed the win to qualify, so it was quite good that we managed to clutch up in the end. We had a lot of fun playing. I don't know if you saw some of the team kills at the end. It was definitely a fun game to play.
Right, yeah, so you said you didn't know exactly how important it was, but I saw you seeing that go through. It was very close.
Yeah.
Did you have really like a plan going into this, or were you just going in? Because I know you guys with that team practice quite a bit with each other, so imagine you have quite a rapport and kind of just going.
We were kind of struggling for numbers today. I mean, we literally put a message out. I mean, the games are supposed to start quarter past. We put a message out half past saying, we have 5 people to play today. So it was quite funny. We managed to get 5 people together, and we sort of just played our normal Counter-Strike, sort of slightly puggy.
I think it was more than slightly this time round.
Yeah. Some interesting pushes from Drop. He's quite an experienced player, but don't worry, he'll be better with time.
I was going to ask that kind of the way you played around Super Cali. There weren't many rounds where you were playing passive at all. Kind of even when they were on ecos, you were incredibly aggressive with your play, CT and T side. Usually, generally, I don't want to kind of oversimplify, but when you are playing against eco rounds, you will back away a little bit. Was that planned going into it, or were you just feeling it?
No, that's absolutely what we normally do. It's just how we like to play our Counter-Strike with fast aggressive plays, getting up in teams' faces. It's quite enjoyable to play. When teams sit back, we tend to get really, really bored, and it's not really enjoyable for us. Which is what we're playing for fun here. I understand some teams are really focusing on the cash prize, which is reasonable, but we just wanna have some fun, play some good Counter-Strike, and that was definitely in this match for sure. Although I didn't have the best performance personally, I'd say.
Your final question before we let you go and sort of get to probably going to bed, considering the time that you've got at the moment. But are you guys feeling any pressure moving forward? Any teams specifically that you're looking at as well? Kind of in that you obviously don't know all the players that gone through to double elim, but the teams in the Swiss that you're specifically looking out for.
I mean, obviously, it goes without mentioning that you've got to be wary of KCL, especially if Volt ends up turning up. They're always a super tough team to play. They play some good Counter-Strike as well instead of this boring sort of sit back. They'll take control of maps and they'll play some good Counter-Strike. So it's always fun playing them. But then obviously we have some sort of kryptonite for like Podbots and Mama P who like to sit back and they'll wait until 15 seconds to execute. So we're just trying to learn how to play against those sort of slow teams, obviously with our super aggressive sort of play style. But other than that, the only other team is Cambridge, and we haven't really managed to come up against them yet. But obviously, we've seen some of their results, and they're obviously no lie, like no jokes. So they're certainly going to be a tough team if we ever come up against them.
Yeah, funny you mention Mama P and Podbots, because we did actually watch them in the stream before, and you're exactly right. Very, very passive players sitting way back on the site. So hopefully you guys play against each other at some point in the competition, because it should be fun to watch both the very contrasting styles go against one another. But that's all we've got time for with yourself today, Bewitz. It was absolutely lovely having you here. Thank you so much for answering
Yes,
our
thank you.
questions. Good luck. Well, anyway, that's all for us for now after our little chat with Bewitz there. Of course, before we do go RBY, I would like to do one quick run around with all the sponsors. Of course, Prime Video, Prime Student, and Omen, thank you so much for making this possible. As well as that, behind the scenes, we've got Becca, MSC, Tex on production, and then Simba on observation today. They all make this thing go tick. They've been absolutely wonderful to work with. They're very, very nice people. So big props to them. I know that Becca and MSC aren't in the exclamation mark talent because they're part of Amazon University Esports, but they are lovely people and have done a wonderful job tonight. RBY, anyone specifically you want to shout out or anything you want to do before we go?
No shout outs that you haven't already done right now. So.
Well, it was lovely working with yourself as well. You've been absolutely wonderful as well, RBY.
It's always a pleasure, mate.
That is all for us tonight. It was lovely having you here. We'll see you all next week.
I hope you're gonna lay it out for me.